Ha! Okay, that was the time. Getting everything ready. Hello! Happy Halloween! Ooh! Uh, yeah, it's Halloween. I am recovering from having been sick, so my voice might sound a little different than you're used to. So, my apologies for that. Um, my streaming setup also has recently changed a bit. Why are my levels so high? Let's pull that down a bit. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, something like that, I think. Maybe even like this. I think this is fine. Um yeah, so my streaming setup has changed. And so I apologize, but I might have I'm in a bit of a intermediary period, and you might get a little worse uh, tracking on my model um, for now. Or maybe not tracking, but it might just also like lag a bit. Um, so hopefully, it's mostly honestly going to be just for playing this game. Everything else I do beyond this should be fine. I'm still working on figuring out my setup exactly because I'm using two computers now for it. Right now I'm only on the one computer, but I had to downgrade the GPU from this one to move it over to the other computer that has a better processor. Anyways, nerd talk. It is Halloween. I hope that I'm not the only one in the mood of getting spooky. Obviously, I have my witch outfit, which uh, is, of course, very on theme. But beyond the witch outfit, I'm celebrating Halloween even in the real world. That's right, I am dressed up for Halloween. But I think it's been a while since I streamed, and I kind of wanted to do something a little special and whatnot for fun. So I have it set up so you can see me. You can see my outfit. Uh, Not right this second. I will turn it on shortly. But I just wanted to vamp a bit. Gonna take a sip of my root beer first. The last sip of root beer I can take before y'all can see me. Uh, so without further ado, I should. Sorry, I have more to vamp. What is this? What is this witch hat? Oh, it takes me to a. Oh, they have another visual novel. It takes me to the Steam page for that. I just got distracted. With further ado, because I have more to say. Since we're playing, or my outfit is kind of inspired by the game. I was trying to think, what could I do that would be fitting for what we're playing, and because like, as much as I'd love to dress just like my model, sadly, I don't have the resources at my disposal to quickly throw together such a lovely witch outfit. But I did have the resources to throw together a school outfit, because I'm dressed for school where we're going right now. That's right. So for the Halloween stream, you get to see two. You get to see the fake me and the real me. Uh, yeah. Oh, I should have mirrored my setup, so I'm looking. Do I look the opposite? I guess it depends on which way I look, really. If I look the opposite or same way as my model. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Without further ado, let's hop into the game. Last I believe we were about to hang out at the disco. Oh yeah, it's disco time. Um, oh yeah, so the outfit I put together, I was trying to look as much as I could like Samantha, on such short notice, and with what I had on hand. So this is the best I could do. But yeah. It's fun though. It's a good positive about being a cosplayer is you just have all this kind of stuff around to be able to do this pretty easily. Okay, so we haven't really hung out with Leon. Let's do that and then immediately load the save. After we're done with that, we'll immediately reload the save and then hang out with Sarah and Samantha. I stood Leon up yesterday, so I can make up for it today. I thought I'd keep him company. I guess partying's his thing. And here's our main character. Haha, I'm the main character. Hey, Leon. I see you're not wasting any time. You could have waited for me, for good measure. Oh, come on. Don't be a nuisance. You found us. And you're not lost. Come here. Keep me company. This track is awesome. If only I could dance. I wish I could dance better in real life. It's a fun thing to do, for sure. It's fun to be good at, I bet. Sadly, I am not. I'll still try. I'll do my best, but yeah, I will embarrass myself, 100%. I'm not much of a dancer, but Leon's not exactly a masterclass either, so I won't embarrass myself too much. I got out and started moving to the music, and the rhythm is so good, I can barely move my feet. Leon had energized me like a battery, and now it was pouring out. Yeah, shifted my chair a bit. Toward the end of the song, our moves were more like a dance battle that we organized without words. What a rhythm, Max! Look, can you do that? He went into a low break, zigzagging with his legs. I couldn't do anything about it. All I had to do was clap silently and recognize him as the king of the party. Okay, you win today. We both won. You're awesome too, man. I need a break. Let's go find something to drink. That was hot. You rock, bro. Are you that good at everything? Oh, I'm really just like falling for Leon, apparently. You're just imagining things. This is the first disco I've been to all university hours. You're joking. What did you even do when you lived in LA? I didn't have the right company, so it was definitely nothing like that. Oh man, I wish you'd moved here sooner. You've been missed. I thought you were good with everyone. Yeah, socialize with everyone, but that doesn't mean I'm good with them. And as soon as you showed up, I knew it was him, my bro. Are you sure? Are you sure you haven't had anything to drink? Haha, no. But that's something that needs to be fixed now. No, that's not my point at all. Come on, don't argue. It's on the house, so you gotta take advantage. Who's organizing all this? At whose expense is the banquet? Does it matter? Take it while it lasts. I'll have to thank that Erica of yours. Just a few days ago, you said it was the devil descending from heaven right into our university. But devils are different too, don't you agree? We got to a supply of whiskey and coke that one of the guys was pouring. Wow, this place even has its own bartender. Don't ask questions, just take your portion and drink it. I wasn't actually planning on drinking alcohol here. I'll just stick to coke, I guess. Come on, don't be a drag. One drink, it's no big deal. Oh no, the peer pressure. It's finally here. They always told me it would happen, but I didn't expect it to be on Halloween in a dating sim. One, please. Just one, that's it. The word of Leon, king of parties, just to freshen up, that's all. Alright, let's take our chances. We walked over and picked up 2 ready-made glasses of mixed whiskey and cola. The drink even tasted pleasant. It's not that bad. That's what I've been telling you. Disco is awesome. It's all about moderation, and you're perfectly safe with me. Where do you think the girls are now? I tried to get them to dance, but nobody would do anything. I never even saw them afterward. They're on their own. I should go look for them. I think we already saw her before, but still, hamna. Who should look for? What are you two lovebirds doing here? Erica drew up behind us, holding an entire bottle of tequila in her hand. Whoa, you can't sneak up on me like that. Hello to you too. You were remembered, by the way. Ooh, you reminiscing? A good one, I hope. Surprisingly so. Not too much booze for you? I feel awesome. And you better not talk about drinking. She nodded at the glass. I thought you were a good guy who didn't drink. I guess you only say you're a good guy. Erica, what do you want? To see you losers. I'm actually going for more alcohol. So get out of my way. Bye, Erica. I guess we're just letting her do that. She snorted and walked past, shaking her hair. And what's wrong with her? Who knows? Fucking self-proclaimed princess. Jeez, holy shit, Leon, relax. And then Sarah suddenly jumped up to us. She looked worried about something. Sarah, what's wrong? I forgot Sarah's also really cute. You need to see this right away. Let's go. Sarah was off the chain. She was making her way to a less crowded place to get a table and sit us together. Remember when you guys gave me your cell phone to get the number? Yes. Well, we can finally exchange cell phones back, because I was able to track down the person who called. Wow, that was fast. That's our girl. Well, who was it? Tell me, who was it? Well, how can I tell you? This number belongs to you. What? How? What do you mean me? Here, look. She poked me at the screen of my own smartphone in her hands. The last name is Hardy, and the registered address is yours. Check it out. Wow, Max, I didn't know you were a killer. I thought we were close enough. And you hit something like this? Oh no, you can see me check my phone real quick. Yeah, it's him. But this is bullshit. Why would I call myself... Oh, I right-clicked. Why would I call myself, hide the number, and tell someone about it? Especially since you can trace the number. What's the meaning of this? Which means someone's trying to set you up to get away with it. Huh? You know, bodies go missing, the number you got the threatening calls from is registered to you. I guess. Leon is not impressed by this claim. So we're back to nothing. Not really. Remember that license plate number you texted me yesterday? Yeah? Did you find out anything? That's the thing. I got an ID on the owner. Who is it? Is it me? This pickup truck belongs to... Mr. Johnson. Oh, come on. Mr. Johnson is a murderer? That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do that? He was a great teacher. Mr. Johnson? You mean our Mr. Johnson? Our teacher? Are you serious? Why would he do that? I'm as shocked as you are. Couldn't you have made a mistake? No, it's as accurate as possible. If he's behind this, why would he kill me? Why would he kill me? People I know. If I don't even know him, he's been teaching here a long time, right? Not that long ago, actually. He showed up at our uni a few years ago. Rumored to be the same as you. Moved from another city for unknown reasons. But I didn't notice anything strange about him. He was always kind and helped students with their studies. Especially female students. Yeah, he always let me retake the tests I failed. And he didn't give me a hard time about the absences. But why would he do anything against the new guy? I think we're in for an interesting conversation tomorrow. Should we contact the police right away? You don't have to. The way I found out about it, it's the least bit illegal. Oh shit! So it wasn't illegal? But there's something we can know right now. And what's that? Remember when you were at my house and I showed you a program that uses your phone to track a person? Yeah, but it's on your laptop, right? I actually made a portable version and downloaded it to my smartphone. So we can launch it right now. Geez, Sarah, you're a genius. We can see what our mystery teacher is up to now. Do you have his number? Yeah, it should be recorded. Let's look for it. Here. Just punch it in here and wait. Although he probably just left his phone at home. And, oh, wow. Wow, what's in there? He's not at home. He's here in the building. Wait, what? Did teachers know about this disco? Erica said only upperclassmen knew about it. And not all of them. The professors may not have known, but our Mr. Killer was on top of everything. That's a twist. You are not impressed, Leon. I need a little hydration. Here. But where exactly? You can trace the exact location there, right? Hang on, we're in the middle of a tune-up. We should be able to pinpoint his exact location soon. He's picking his next victim either way. I was on pins and needles. Is there another murder in the making? If it's him, we'll soon put an end to this massacre. Suddenly, a cold hand was on my shoulder. I flinched and turned around. I'm gonna guess that this is like a new branch. So let's do a new save here, and then let's load this one. And then let's go hang out with Sarah. I told Samantha that I wanted to do a little dance, and I had to run right behind Sarah so I wouldn't lose sight of her. Hey, you want to do a little stretching too? Yeah, kind of. You're not sorry you came? Do I regret it? On the contrary, look how cool it is here. I can even wear my dress, because I can't remember the last time I wore it. You look great, by the way. Really beautiful. Thank you. Oh, this song, great. Shall we dance? Well, it's not like I'm very good at it. I don't can too. We'll learn together. I'm still not sure it's a good idea, but hell, one song, it can't get any worse. Sarah dragged me by the hand to an empty seat on the dance floor. I'd never been to an event like this before. I'm not a social person, and I've never been able to dance, but her energy was transferred to me, and I tried to keep up with her, moving to the fast rhythm. And Sarah's good at it. I didn't expect her to be so quick. Leon noticed us and waved, making an approving gesture with his hand. Sarah moved towards me, showing me the moves and suggesting that I follow her lead. It was awkward, clumsy, but it was starting to work. Her red hair fluttered in every direction. Ugh, it's hot. I was starting to like it. Only my throat was completely dry. When the song ended, Sarah stepped aside to catch her breath. That was great, and you said you couldn't dance. That's right, I can't. So you're a fast learner. I'm not very good at it myself. Are you kidding? That's the fastest move I've ever seen. It's all based on guides from the internet. In fact, I don't often attend such events myself. I can't tell from you either. Tell from you. You're confident. Oh, come on. Suddenly, her smartphone vibrated, and she pulled it out to look at it. When she looked at the screen, she sighed and rolled her eyes. What is it? Somebody on the line? On the phone? Oh, shit! I totally forgot to tell you. What? What's wrong? This is bullshit. Where are our guys? Samantha? Leon? I looked around, but there was no one in sight. There were none in the old places. I don't know. They went out. Well, what happened? Sarah was off the chain. She was making her way to a less crowded place to get a table and sit us together. Remember when you gave me your cell phone? Alright, blah, blah, blah. This is her talking to me. License plate number. Mr. Johnsonson. Yep. Suddenly, a cold hand was on my shoulder. I flinched and turned around. Okay. Well, it's time to go hang out with Samantha. I walked over and sat down at Samantha's table. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not a fan of these things either, you know. I'd rather sit with a nice girl. She smiled at me. Oh, thank you. What are you embarrassing me for? I wouldn't have thought you didn't like to party. Why would you say that? But you chose to come here, and you're so outgoing. You help everyone. Or maybe it's just to see you. Nice outfit, by the way. Max, stop embarrassing me. Thank you. Even in this shimmering light, it was easy to distinguish the girl's blush. But she was wearing a really attractive outfit. I didn't think she had anything like that in her arsenal. Well, anyway, would you like something to drink? If you can find where they serve Coke around here, okay. But I think it's just alcohol. There must be something. What about dancing? Why don't we dance together for a while? Oh, I'm not good at this. I can't dance at all. We'll learn together. If that's what you want, we could try it, but I want something a little less dynamic. Just a slow dance. Got it. I don't mind. Then we'll wait for something a little calmer. I'm gonna go find some sodas, okay? Okay, I'll be waiting. I got up and went in search of a Coke. My throat was dry too, and I was thirsty, not to get lost in the crowd. In the distance, I saw Erica with a whole bottle of something alcoholic. To hell with her, I'd ask her. To hell with her, I'd ask her. I pushed my way over to her and coughed so she'd finally notice me. What are you drinking? What do you want? Maybe I want too. You are still young. Tequila it is. You don't know where the Coke or any sodas are. Are there any here at all? What am I, a reference book? Go find it yourself. I didn't expect anything else. I turned around and went on with my search as she called out to me in the back. Hey, teetotaler. Hey, teetotaler. You're going the wrong way. There's sodas over there. Take any bottle you want. It's on the house. Oh, well, thanks, I guess. I just felt sorry for you. Don't take it personally. Go on, get out of here. And she wasn't lying. There were indeed soft drinks in that part of the room. Another +1 good deed for our little devil for the day. There couldn't be that much wrong with her. I grabbed a Coke, a couple of glasses, and walked back to Samantha's place. I'm not empty-handed. Wow, Coke for me? Well, not only that, I won't give it up either. I unscrewed the lid and poured it into glasses. That's so sweet. Thank you. We clinked glasses and sipped the cool drink. Oh, a new song is playing. Sounds like something leisurely. That's a good one to dance to. Shall we? Come on, we've got to seize the moment. We found an empty seat on the dance floor. Samantha was clearly perked up, either from the cola or from my attention to her. She put her hands on my shoulders, and I put mine on her waist. We just started swaying to the music. The lighting was better here, and I could fully enjoy her image. Our bodies were almost touching, and I could literally feel her warmth. Samantha closed her eyes dreamily. I've never slow danced before, and I never fast danced either. Clearly wasn't good at it, but I was good right now, next to her, holding her in my arms, and just catching the rhythm of the music and moving to the beat. The smell of her hair was enticingly sweet. I instantly remembered the time I'd visited her a while ago, and her fit of love at the end. It was a pleasant memory, but I didn't dare discuss it with her. I wondered if we could go any further. As if in response to my thoughts, Samantha slipped her arms around my back and snuggled against me, resting her head on my shoulder. I hugged her back and stroked her back. Her breath tickled my ear. I felt her lips on my neck. A simple, brief kiss, but it was enough to reignite my full range of emotions for this girl. She pulled back innocently and gave me a sly look in the eye. The song and our dance came to an end. Thank you for the dance. Shall we go rest? Yeah, we can take a break. It's too hot. And then Sarah suddenly jumped up to us. She looked worried about something. Sarah, what's wrong? You need to see this right away. Let's go. We can phones. Max, what does all this mean? Yeah, it's him. What does he have to do with this? So, just the other two just interject randomly, it seems. I never had a problem with him either. A few times we talked about studying. He even asked me out for coffee, but I refused. We got a real Kamoshida here. Talking to the police. No, it was a bit illegal. Suddenly a cold hand was on my shoulder. I flinched and turned around. I wanted to check real quick. Okay, so this is a half battery. Let's keep going with Samantha's path. Mr. Johnson! Hello, Mr. Johnson. Hey, guys. How's the party going? What are you doing on the phone? Bored? Sarah hastily tucked her phone under the table. No, we don't miss you. What a reaction. Were you bored? No, we don't miss you. Not suspicious at all. We're just tired, so we're taking a break. Yeah, we've had enough dancing. What are you guys doing here? What are you doing here? Aren't you against all this? It's just that we heard that only students knew about this disco. Such an unofficial event. Mr. Johnson laughed. Do you really think this was organized without the teachers knowing? I'll tell you a secret. Some of them are having a blast. So don't believe everything you hear, alright? Have fun. I'm off. He passed us by in a hurry. Where's he going in such a hurry? Well, he hasn't killed us yet, which is a plus. Brr, don't say that. That's true, but we're out in the open. Although, in this darkness, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened right here. But this is really weird. If he didn't come to have fun or cover the party, why is he here? Why don't we follow him? As long as he's still in sight, we could. But we haven't found any of our people yet. Wouldn't it be safer to stay here in the crowd? I don't know what you're up to. It's all a bit paranoid. What if he's actually involved in something? He'd just kill us in the dark hallway. Come on, if it's him, we can get ironclad proof, and this whole nightmare will be over. Don't you want that? Suit yourself. I'm going to get Leon. Tell him everything. Doesn't matter. The two of us can go together. I hesitated. Safety or curiosity? He was about to disappear from sight. Ooh. Okay, we do a save here. Interesting, because like Leon was with us before, so then Samantha would probably be left alone. Otherwise. Let's follow him. I don't think this is going to be the best answer, because I don't think it's him, but curiosity got the best of me, got the better of me. If it's him, we can catch him now, and if it's not, it's better not to think bad thoughts. Both of them were bad, though. I gave in to the Slayer's entreaties, and we quickly headed in Mr. Johnson's direction. He disappeared behind one of the small doors at the back of the hall. I squeezed through it first, taking a parting look around the room. What the hell kind of hallway is this in the school? Are they not cleaning this place? The door led into some narrow and dark corridor. Mr. Johnson was nowhere to be seen, and it was hard to see anything at all. I pulled my phone out and turned on the flashlight, lighting my way. Any idea where we are at? Where we are at all? I whispered, asking Sarah, walking behind me. I don't know. I've never been here. I'm guessing these are the old training corridors. Some kind of utility room now, maybe. Can you see anything up ahead? Nope, just the walls. We walked slowly forward. He couldn't have vanished into thin air, could he? After a while, the doors on the sides of the corridor began to appear. The music was fading in the distance, plunging us into a tense silence. It's all so old. It's like this part of the university hasn't been used for a long time. Some kind of storage space? Or secret rooms? I don't know. What's more interesting is what he wants here. Maybe he forgot a book? Yeah, or wear your killer costume. Quiet, I think I hear something up ahead. I stopped abruptly. Sarah slammed into me and I almost flew to the floor. Oh, sorry. What is it? I hear some voices in the distance. A woman's voice? Yeah, I can hear him too. Huh? A woman's voice. Yeah, I can hear him too. No, I said a woman. Oh. Well, it's 2024, I guess. I guess I really can't say much, huh? Yeah, I hear him too. Let's get closer. The voice came from one of the doors. As we got closer, we could hear it more clearly. It was joined by another voice, a man's. Well, that's Mr. Johnson. Girl. Oh yeah, do it. You're so funny. Are you laughing right now? Of course. I've had so much to drink. I'd do anything for you, especially for a prize like this. So get what you came for. I walked quietly to the door where the voices were coming from, and slowly and silently opened it a little. Sarah followed, piling on top of me, also trying to see something. Finally, the door swung open, and we flew in. Well, that's it. I sure hope it's not a teacher and a student that we had eyes for. I squeezed my eyes shut and tensed all my muscles, preparing to run, but the dialogue continued. And you're not scared? Why should I be afraid? I'd like to be in someone else's power. I forced myself to unclench my eyes. We found ourselves in some old small room on the floor, tucked behind all the desks. The door swung open so quietly, not even a creak, that no one paid any attention to it. Then it closed silently on its own. Sarah found herself on the floor next to me, staring at me with eyes full of fear. Putting a finger to her lips, we crawled away from the entrance and hid behind our desks so we couldn't be seen. I slowly peeked out from behind my desk. The teacher was standing with his back to us. On the large table in front of him was some bound girl, a senior. She was bound hand and foot and was on her knees, bent over. She was wearing only a short black dress. Mr. Johnson picked up a large iron ruler. Oh my God. I see. Wait a second. Wait a minute. University BDSM. Lovable. I am intrigued where this is heading. Then be a good girl. Anything, Daddy. Don't clip that. Slap. He lifted her skirt and smacked her butt with the ruler with force. Whoa, that's quite a contest you've got going on here. Another smack. Sarah and I looked at each other with rounded eyes. They have a moan sound effect. Alright, here you go. Oh, yes, Daddy, punish me. That's it, Jessie. Good girl. He slapped her again, this time with his hand. Ah, you're so strong. I'll get a good grade, right? If you do it right, sure, my bitch. Ah, yeah, I'm your bitch. I bet everyone man, some people are really missing out on this stream. Now I'm going to take off your dress. I don't have anything underneath it. That's what I'm counting on. Don't worry, you won't freeze. Oh my God, I guess we were wrong. Not what I was expecting, of course. I mean, he's a bastard, but he's not our killer. I looked over at Sarah. She was huddled in her desk, her eyes rounded with fear. She squeezed my hand until it hurt, and I only noticed it now. I looked at the door. Maybe we should just get out of here quietly. We'd be discovered sooner or later, but Sarah was obviously going to enjoy the spectacle. Alright. We'll wait a little longer. So that's what you're... Oh, so you're interesting, Sarah. There were rustles, and soon the dress was on the floor, revealing Jessie's bare torso. Her breasts were free, opening like two ripe melons. Mr. Johnson ran his fingers down her body from her stomach and up, lingering on her breasts. He squeezed them in his palms, and Jessie moaned loudly. Thanks, sound effect. In the dark evening light that streamed through the window and was the only illumination in the room, not much was visible, but enough to get a good look at her shapely body. How far will they go? This is all just for a good grade? You sick bastard. So this is how you have your fun in your spare time? Mr. Johnson played with her breasts some more, then pulled something shiny from the table. It was a knife! Maybe? No, just to cut the ropes on her arms. Then he laid her out fully on the table and continued to play with his toy. His hand slid down from her belly to somewhere below, and Jessie moaned again. His hand slid down from her belly to somewhere below, and Jessie moaned again. Oh, stop teasing me already. Let's do this. Well, if you insist. And at that moment the door creaked open. I'd almost gotten carried away with the show, and all my fear had receded for a while, but now my heart sank into my heels. Completely, someone else had entered. The door had opened, and a new figure had appeared on the threshold. Well, unlike us, she did not hide her presence. Who the hell is that? Black suit, white mask, in this light? He was barely visible, like a ghost. But there was something about him that caught the eye and did not let go. But he did not seem to notice us, hidden in the dark on the floor behind the desk. Such a noisy appearance didn't go unnoticed, even by the sweet couple. Mr. Johnson broke away from the girl and turned towards the door, adjusting his suit. Hey kid, are you lost? The party's the other way, down the hall. The guest did not answer. He walked on, standing in the row between the desks, and pulled out a large kitchen knife. That's him! Not just some random guy dressed up at a disco. It's our killer! The killer is here, in the same room as us! Sarah must have read my thoughts and dug her nails into my arm, but the pain was dulled now. The adrenaline was taking over my mind. Mr. Johnson also noticed the knife. There were some black symbols engraved on it, like intertwined flowers. Could that mean something? Is that you? Why are you here? It's not me you want. It's the boy. He's in the hall. The assassin ignored his words and slowly approached. Hey, asshole! Get out of here! This is a private room in case you didn't realize. Jesse, shut up! He covered her with his body and picked up a knife from the table. Look, I don't want any trouble. You got your business, I got mine. Why ruin the party? The assassin stopped a few meters away from him and bowed his head questioningly. So, do we have a deal? I got nothing against you. You know that. I'll walk you to the right place right now. You pick your own target. What your plan is, I don't know. Nick, who is it? I'm scared. I'd forgotten his name was Nicholas. Jesse, for God's sake, shut up. The killer seemed to be thinking. Sarah elbowed me in the side. She pointed to her phone, pointing at the teacher and the killer and hinting furiously at something. That's it. Whatever's happening right now, that's it. That's ironclad proof that the killer is real. Should we videotape the whole thing? Thank you, Sarah. I quietly pulled out my phone, opened the camera, and almost hit the video capture button as Sarah intercepted my hand. She put a finger to her lips. Right, but I need to turn the sound off. Woo! I nodded gratefully. I could do it now. I started recording and directed the phone to the hot action scene. The killer moved right at Mr. Johnson. Well, if things don't work out. He dodged a direct stab with the knife, which stuck into the table next to the girl. She screamed with all her might. Mr. Johnson tried to strike from the side with his knife, which was as large as the assassin's weapon, and it worked. He slashed him lightly across the shoulder, though the enemy tried to dodge. Blood spurted, but it didn't affect him in the slightest. He pushed the teacher hard to the neighboring desk with his foot, knocking him to the ground. He instantly returned with his knife and tried to strike Nicholas, who was lying on the desk from above. But now he tried to push his attacker away with his foot. The man in the suit grabbed his leg and yanked him toward him, pulling him to the floor. The knife flew out of Nicholas's hand and fell beside him. He tried to reach for the weapon, but the killer stopped on his arm. With his other foot, he kicked the lying man's face. Jessie, already tired from the incessant screaming, tried to get off the table, but her legs were still bound. She tried to run away, or rather jump away, but it made her almost immediately pile on the assassin. Ah! Please let me go! I had nothing to do with this. I was here by accident. I didn't see anything, I swear. My mom's waiting for me at home. The killer stayed on his feet, catching the girl, but she was not destined to go to her mother today. With quick, sharp strokes, he pierced her bare belly with his weapon, entering her many times. She kept screaming and screaming and screaming until her screams turned into wheezes and died out completely. Then he threw her breastless body to the floor like a sack. While he was distracted by a foreign target, Mr. Johnson was able to come to his senses. He quickly raised his knife and turned to face his enemy. His hair was all disheveled and his shirt was tattered, but he had no intention of giving up. He made several quick lunges, but the assassin dodged them all, breaking the distance. Mr. Johnson drew closer, but the enemy kept retreating and retreating. Is he afraid, or is he up to something? Come on, not so tough anymore. Come here! The murderer also paced silently. Mr. Johnson never took a step back, never averted his gaze, and then Jesse's body was underfoot. He stumbled, clumsily making a dive forward. It was what that stranger had been waiting for. A fraction of a second, a sideways movement, and the knife entered the side of our Mr. Johnson's throat up to the hilt. He tried with all his might to reach the target with his knife from the side, but the killer easily intercepted his arm. The knife fell to the floor with a clang. The killer plucked his knife sharply from Mr. Johnson's neck. He was dead. A fountain of blood spurted from his neck, flooding the nearest desks. He stumbled to the ground and collapsed. Holy shit! He killed them both! Although, you gotta hand it to the teacher, he tried. But this stranger is too good! Anyway, now we have proof. Alright, let's get moving, otherwise he'll definitely see us. I glanced at Sarah and pointed towards the door. She nodded frantically. We couldn't wait any longer, and we were off. Acting on instinct, I opened the door and sprinted down the hall. Only the pounding of my own heart thundered in my head. Did the killer see us? Of course he did. Maybe he didn't recognize who it was, but I don't care. Staying there any longer would be pure suicide. In my hand, I clutched the phone with the evidence I captured. They'd believe me now. There's no getting away. I don't know how we found our way back through the maze of old corridors of the building in the semi-darkness. We took our bearings from the music in the distance and soon reached the main hall. Did we get an achievement? Yep, University BDSM. Hey, find out Nicholas's secret. Nice. So let's just do a quick, let's do a save here, right? Now let's just see what would have happened if we load these other saves. Is Mr. Johnson? Looks like we're not on his menu today. Okay, so go back a bit. I don't care. Spying's definitely not best on our group. I'm gonna go find Samantha, tell her the news. If you don't come back, well, I'll know it's definitely him. Okay. So, in this situation, same deal. Let's load this one. So it seems like that doesn't really, that decision really didn't matter at all. This is when we hang out with just Sarah. I imagine like we just don't have anyone to go talk to. Okay. So it looks like he's gonna die no matter what we do. Let's see what happens if we ask him. Why not choose both? I decided to ask him a direct question here and now. He's not gonna attack me in front of everyone, and there's less uncertainty either way. But he wasn't still out of sight. I caught up with him and stopped in front of him. Max, did you forget something? Actually, yes. I have an urgent question, and I'm afraid you're not gonna like it. And you wanted to ask it now? Okay, what's the question? I'm gonna be honest with you. That car that hit me and my brother that killed him, it appeared to be registered to you. Is there any way you can explain that? Damn it. So it was her after all. Okay, I guess I can tell you. The thing is, a few days before you got here, my pickup was stolen. My truck was stolen. Where did you see him? We have to call the police right away. I didn't even realize it was the same person who was following you. I'm going to call the police and let them know. Wait, just like that now? It would be better if this event ended early, or be guarded, at least. If that's the case, no one's safe here. I know a fellow officer who's an officer of the law. I'll give her a call right now. Okay, well, I'll leave that to you. I got some other urgent business to attend to. You stay out of sight until the police arrive. Alright, what's your business? But he's already gone. Yeah, weird reaction, definitely. He's definitely saying that less than he knows. But is he lying about the stolen car? It doesn't look like it. I found a quieter place and dialed Elizabeth's number. I had to tell her everything that was going on. She told me not to go anywhere, and she promised she'd be here in 10 minutes. It seemed like the guys wouldn't be too happy if the party was going to have to be cut short soon. I went looking for someone I knew. Where did everyone go? In the distance, in the gap between people, I saw someone in a black suit flash by. Did people really dress up in costumes here? My cell phone vibrated in my pocket. Did the officer call to check on something? No, the number is unrecognizable. I had to find a place away from people again so I could hear something. Hello? Who is this? Hey Max, how's the party going? Despite all the noise, I recognized that voice immediately. I was doing pretty good until you called. Come on, you look bored to me. You want a little fun? I think I'll pass. You can't hide forever, so soon you'll be caught and you'll have to pay for everything. Am I hiding? I think you're the one hiding here like a scared little animal in plain sight. You think any of these people are gonna save you? Bad joke, but it's gonna be good when it's gonna be a good one when I bust your Samantha's gut. You hang up on her, and she'll be dead in a second. She won't even realize it. The chill ran down my spine. Gotta keep him in line. Wait, what do you want? Don't touch her. I want you to talk to me. Breathe in, breathe out. It's okay. I don't understand. Why are you doing all this? What did I ever do to you? I don't know anyone in this town. Of course you don't understand, but you will soon, if you live to see it. The stakes are rising. Fuck you and your bets. It's not a game, you sick bastard. Oh, of course it's a game. Our whole life is a game. I realize that now more clearly than ever. What the hell are you talking about? Tick-tock. I'm going to take away everything you love, or will love, but you have a chance to end it all if you outplay me. Do you think that'll work? Do you want to know what I think? That you're only human. You'll make a mistake sooner or later, and then you'll be finished. I'll avenge your brother. I'll avenge you, brother. Is that what I said? I'll avenge your brother. That's a good attitude. I like it. Now I'm gonna have some fun with your Samantha. No, get away from her. You want me? Come and get me. Whatever you say. Call one dead. With some sixth sense, I sensed danger behind me. I turned half a turn to see the knife stabbing at me. I reacted and stepped aside, the blow hitting the table where I was standing. A black suit with a horrible mask. That's him! I turned around and ran as fast as I could. There's a murderer in here! Help me! He killing! He killing it on the dance floor. We're at a party. I feel like what I shouted isn't gonna, yeah, it's not gonna do anything. Nice. I screamed at the top of my lungs, but no one paid much attention to me. I turned around and saw the man in the suit still chasing me. His costume fit the party seamlessly. People just thought it was some smartass who had decided to dress up. Damn cosplayers, ruining everything. But I know the truth. I knew the truth. I knew that this smart guy would gut me if he caught up with me. I ran and ran, wading through the outraged people and out of sight of my pursuer. I ran out of the hall into the empty corridors and let myself turn back once more, keeping up my pace. I ran full speed into Elizabeth. She'd already made it. Thank heavens. Hey, what's the rush, Max? What's going on here? I told you to wait for me. He's here! He chased me. The man in the suit! What? Where? Is this the killer you keep talking about? Yeah, it's definitely him. When I was in the audience, he attacked right in the crowd. He must still be there. Alright, here's the deal. I'm gonna go and check this place out, shut it down, and interrogate everyone. You get out of the building and run home. And then a black silhouette appeared behind her back, like a ghost appearing out of nowhere. It held a knife over her head. Behind you! The officer reacted and turned in time to intercept the assassin's arm. Then she pushed the enemy away with her knee, breaking the distance, and took him in her sights. Hold it right there, motherfucker! So you're the one causing trouble here, huh? Your song is over. But the maniac didn't even think about giving up. He went straight at the police woman, grabbing the muzzle of the gun and pulling it upward. When the shot rang out, he went to the ceiling. The killer stuck the knife in the hand of the woman holding the weapon. The woman shrieked and fired several more shots, but none of them reached the target. The assassin snatched the knife and made a sharp slash, sending the officer to the floor. She didn't have time to get up. The knife's powerful overhead thrust pierced her chest. I watched in horror as Elizabeth choked on blood. The woman wheezed to me with the last of her strength. Run. And the killer kept striking and striking. He was sure what he was doing. When people heard the gunshots nearby, they ran out of the hall and ran past us, screaming. But he didn't want them. He only wanted me. When someone caught me, almost knocking me down, I snapped out of my stupor and rushed with the flow, running away from the building. Huh. I was not expecting that. Man, for the officer who killed the previous killer, she kind of sucked. I noticed Leon, Sarah, and Samantha were among the crowd running out into the street. When they saw me, they ran over. Max, we've been looking for you. What happened in there? We heard gunshots, so we ran out here. We thought you were hurt. Are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. The killer. He's here. Come on, have you seen him? Is that Mr. Johnson? I doubt it. I told him about the car, and he said his car had been stolen a few days before I came to town. Then he asked me to call the police. I called an officer I knew, and then the killer called me and attacked me right there, in full view of everyone. How awful. He didn't hurt you. Hurt you? No, luckily I escaped. Elizabeth arrived just in time, but now she's dead too. What? He killed her too? So that's what those shots fired were. Anyway, we gotta get out of here as fast as we can. A psycho's capable of anything, and preferably in pairs, just in case. He threatened to kill Samantha, but I think I was able to provoke him into attacking me. Still, he could attack any one of us at any time. Me? Oh my god. I didn't know what to say. Thank you for not letting him kill me. It's nothing. Anyone would have done the same thing. Now, I don't want to lose any of you. In the distance, I saw Erica. She was leaning against the wall by the exit, barely able to stand. I should go see what's wrong with her. And then we're out of here. I asked guys to wait. I got close to her. She didn't even pay any attention to me. Looks like someone had too many cocktails. Ugh, Max? I think you have me confused with Baby. Uh-huh. No, I'm definitely not confused. It's you. Yeah, she's no good at all. Look, the killer is here. Everybody needs to leave. A murderer? Why don't we buy him a drink and he'll stay? Would you like to dance with me? She's not going anywhere in her condition. As much as Erica pisses me off, leaving her like this with a killer, it's like a tidbit on a plate. I could take her somewhere safe, or even home. My friends can get out on their own, or let her pay for what she's done, and I'll go home with my own company. Ooh. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's make another save on 3. Alright, let's go back. So this is the one... So let's load here. Okay, so this is after the other guy died. I just want to see if we still go and talk to Erica. Well, now that I allow myself to turn around, Sarah had kept up beside me. We have to warn everyone. Trying to catch my breath, I shouted through the music. Oh my god, this is really happening. What the hell is this? Did you get it all on camera? I shook the phone under her nose. She's kind of rude. Shake it under her nose, jeez. All the evidence is here. Now we have to shut this party down. I looked around. No one could hear us, no matter how loud we shouted. There's no time to go up to everyone. Sarah tugged my sleeve and pointed to the microphone rig near the dance floor. That's it. I quickly climbed, plugged in the microphone, and tried to address the crowd. People, hear me out. Please hear me out. This is not a joke. I have a very important announcement to make. Hey, get down from there. I can't hear the music because of you. What the hell is this? Listen to me. There's a killer in this building, and he just killed 2 people in front of me. You all need to get out of here right now. The party's over. Some of them scurried around worriedly. Some of them paid no attention to me. Most of them. And then Sarah snatched the microphone from my hand and yelled angrily. Hey you! He's telling the truth. Why does no one care so much? Any one of you could be next, because this psycho doesn't care who he cuts. Don't you care? Alright, don't yell. God, I'll get out of here myself if that crazy woman keeps yelling like that. What? Is the killer here? What murderer? I'm getting out of here. Sarah's words reinforced mine, and by now almost the entire mass of people had proceeded to the exit. There was a general confusion. Some people took the news properly and ran out of the hall. I put down the microphone and went to the floor. We better get our asses in gear too. That freak could be out there tracking us. Yeah, but we'd have to find ours first. Too many people. Unrealistic. What unrealistic? Samantha, oh man, you scared me. How did you get here? Well, I heard your warning speech. I guess everyone did. So I came right over. Is it true? Unfortunately, yes. We had such an adventure just now. But then about that, we've seen the killer. He may even be here now. What a nightmare. Then let's get out of here. So, where's Leon? Have you seen him? I did. He was here with me somewhere. There he is. Leon was heading over towards us with a glass of some kind of cocktail in his hand. You lost me? So what, this killer is seriously hunting you already? Looks like it, but at least now we know it's a student, and it's not Teacher Johnson. Why can't it be him? Because he's dead. What? Shit, I'm missing all the fun again. What went on in there? Come on. Fun? I don't see what's fun about our teacher getting killed. Can we talk about this when we get out of here, people? Alright. At least let me finish my free mojito. How can you think of... You're incorrigible. The guy stepped back toward the exit. Leon finished his mojito, and he and Samantha peppered Sarah with questions. I took one last look around the empty hall. No sign of the killer. I wonder if he just walked in on Mr. Johnson by accident, or if it had been planned. At least now we know what he looks like. In the distance, I saw Erica. She's leaning against the wall and she can barely stand. What's wrong with her? We can go. I should talk to her. Looks like someone had too many cocktails. Mia, Max. Someone had me confused with Baby. I'm not confused. It's you. Hey, the killer is here. A murderer. Let's invite him to a drink. A tidbit on the plate. Someone can get out of their own. Okay, so we'll save that. We'll write that save. I doubt anything else happens if we... Oh, you know what? We haven't done yet. Let's go... Let's do this one again. Where we go and hang out. We talk to Mr. Johnsonson. Now let's stay in the crowd. Oh no. In every horror movie, this is the moment where the hero dies. So I'd rather stay in the crowd, where I'd be at least relatively safe. Now we had a lead, and we could get all the details from him personally. But later, I cheered up a little and went back to the dance floor. I couldn't see anyone from our group, as if they'd vanished into thin air. Maybe they went after the teacher themselves. In the distance, in the gap between people, I saw a black suit flash by. Does anyone dress up for the disco here? Why not, though? And then I noticed something else. Samantha, who was surrounded by several upperclassmen, and demanding something from her. One pushed her with force. I walked over to see what was wrong. Bully. You stepped on my foot, you blind cow! I'm sorry, I was just passing by. I didn't see. It's so dark in here. Yeah, she didn't see it. Poor Moore. How are you gonna apologize? I already apologized. That's not an apology. We think you can do better if you try. What do you want? I'm just looking for my friends. But you've already found them. Don't you want to be friends with us? Dance for us. Something hot. If we like it, you're forgiven. I don't know how to do anything. Hurry up while we're being nice, or we'll ask for something worse. Is that how you were taught to talk to girls? Leave her alone. Oh, and now we got a friend right away. And if we don't fall behind, then what? I didn't think that far ahead. I was just pissed off by their inappropriate behavior, but now they're all around me. Don't you have anything else to do? Provoke a fight at a disco? What do you get out of it? A mob attacking one person? Oh, we're having fun, and we'll do whatever we want. Aren't you having fun? You better leave them nicely. I'm not scared of a bunch of drunken assholes right now. You should be. Who's the one you're calling an asshole? Explain that to us. Hey, we're talking to you. Where are you turning? Looks like there's gonna be a fight. I don't care, as long as Samantha doesn't get hurt. I got into the defensive stance and braced myself for a beating. Hey you! What's with this gathering? What are you guys doing? Erica emerged from the crowd with a bottle of something strong in her hands. Then she saw me. That girl pushed me! Be careful! And before that, you said she kicked your leg. Make up your mind. It's a disco. There's pushing and shoving. Is this your first time here? If you're such a sissy, you could have stayed home. Yes, but get out of here and don't waste your time with these fools. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with them. Come on, guys. I'm bored already. Our attackers broke rank and, casting disparaging glances in my direction, went away. Thanks. Didn't expect you to help. Don't thank me. I don't want you to remember only the negative things here, but I might not be around next time, so stick together. Erica disappeared back into the crowd. Maybe she wasn't so bad on the inside. I went over to Samantha. She looked scared, shrunken, and trembling, almost crying. It's okay. They're gone. Are you okay? Yeah, I just didn't see that coming. I shouldn't have come here in the first place. I understand. You want to get out of here altogether? I think we've had enough dancing. Really? Will you leave with me? Yeah, I don't think anyone will take offense, even if they notice. Alright, I just need to go to the bathroom real quick to clean up after all this. Come on, I'll walk you out then, and let's go home. Oh no, you can't do this to me. We made our way out of the noisy hall. The restrooms were at the other end of the floor. We walked slowly in the dark. I turned on the flashlight on my phone and lit the path so I could see where I was going. Samantha led the way, for I wasn't very good at navigating the university yet. And then, in the distance around the corner, I heard a rustle, and I saw the black cloak slip away, and disappear around the corner. Did you see that? Saw what? There was something around the corner. Something black. Max, you're scaring me. I didn't see anything in there. I must have imagined it. I can't see much with this flashlight. Perhaps because of the chaos and of the colors at the disco, it seems different. I still have lights of all colors floating in front of my eyes. I hope so. We made it to the restroom without incident, where I was left waiting for Samantha, alone in a dark hallway, and not a soul around. There were echoes of music playing somewhere in the distance. Maybe I should have at least told someone we were leaving, Leon or Sarah. But it's too late now. I could text them, although I'd rather text them later from home. How much longer is it going to be? I looked around. Again at the end of another corridor. I thought I saw a black shadow. No, I wasn't imagining it now. No lights jumped in my face. I knew exactly what I saw. And Sarah's story about this killer from the past? Didn't he have a black suit? I don't know why, but my feet followed him. I had to know what was going on here, no matter what. I took a quick step across the corridor and looked around. It was empty. No sign of anyone. If anyone had been here, they just vanished. Samantha sat in the stall, trying to quiet the trembling inside her. She had washed her face, which had the remnants of dried tears and makeup on it. Now she was trying to gather her thoughts. Why is it always like this with me? As soon as I try to do what everyone else does, I'm ridiculed. And even now, I'm sure I didn't even touch any of them, but they needed to get to someone. And of course, that someone was me. Did I do something to deserve this curse? Then there was a creak of the door and rumbling footsteps inside. Samantha sobbed and caught her breath. Max, is that you? Give me a minute. I'm on my way out. No one answered, but the footsteps were getting closer, right toward her cubicle, clearly audible on the stone floor. Max, this is not a good time for jokes. I'm a little out of it right now. And again, silence in response. Who else could have come in here? One of the girls? We hadn't seen anyone from the neighborhood, but someone from the disco could have gone to the restroom too. Footsteps stopped just before the door to the stall. Samantha held her breath in horror. She lowered her gaze to the space below the door. There were large black boots. That was an interesting sound for knocking on a door. Her throat was dry. Then there was a heavy thump on the door. It shook, holding on to the weak latch. One more hit. We have to run, now. The door's about to break. She stood up. The stall wasn't that high. Samantha hooked her arms over the top, pulling herself up, and managed to get to the adjoining stall. At that moment, the door gave way and the latch flew off, but it was already empty. But he clearly saw her just jump over, right? Like, you know, what? Sorry, my foot itched. So like, what? You're not getting away. You're in the bathroom. Like, there's one exit. He yanked her back, slammed his head hard against the mirror, breaking it into a fine spiderweb. And then he turned it around and threw it back on the floor. Samantha tried to scream, but only a faint squeak came from her throat. Her body wouldn't listen to her. Terror and pain racked her limbs, leaving her to stare blankly and pray. The man in the suit came closer, and she struggled to rise, but he didn't let her do it. He took her by the hair, dragged her into the broken stall, left her head in the doorway, and slammed the door with force. The girl's face became a bloody mess, and then to top it all off, he lifted her head, put a knife to her throat, and slit it, then threw the lifeless body to the floor. For Samantha, it was over. I looked in all the nearest corridors and corners, but found nothing, and no one. Okay, so it was just me. It was time to go back. Samantha must be ready by now. I took a quick step back, but Samantha wasn't at the front door. I looked at the time. It had been over 10 minutes. What's there to do in there for so long? Well, maybe she had to poop. I decided to go over to her place and check on her. I knocked and went inside. Samantha, you gonna be in there much longer? Looking inside, I saw that the mirror was broken. Something was wrong. I went in deeper and froze in horror. Samantha was lying on the floor in a pool of blood. One stall had been torn apart. I bent down and tried to turn her over, but it was too late. She's dead. No, it can't be. What happened here? The killer was here after all. Why her? Why did he kill Samantha? Fucking bastard! We should go back and warn everyone. I was about to leave, but I remembered something. He's always hiding, even if the police don't believe me. As awful as it is, I need proof. With trembling hands, I pulled out my phone, pointed the camera, and captured my friend's lifeless body. Now Elizabeth would have to believe me. I rushed back to the common room with all my might, wondered how I could find my way in the semi-darkness. My hands were shaking. I could only light my way. I oriented myself to the approaching music until I ran back in the hall. He could kill anyone else if I didn't get them out now. Killer! The killer is here! You're all in danger! I screamed as loud as I could, but no one listened. Okay, microphone. We got people. We. I couldn't find Samantha anywhere because we'll never find her again. She's dead. Come on. What? Come on. This can't fucking happen. What kind of monster did this? Was it him, Mr. Johnson? I have no idea. I didn't go after him. Anything can happen. And now I have proof that the murders are real. He won't be able to hide the body this time. I shook the phone in front of their faces. Wow, that's good. Now the police will have to listen to you. Can't believe it. What's his beef with Samantha? I'll tell you everything, but later. It's dangerous to stay here. Alright, walk towards the exit. Okay. So no matter what, we run. Someone dies, and then we run into this situation with Erica. Let's go with this one. Wait. Yeah, let's go with this one. Oh no, don't overwrite the save. Load the save. So this is the one where we went off with. I think we hung out with Samantha. Did we hang out with Samantha in this one? Or maybe it was Sarah. I think we hung out with Sarah here, and then we went to. We watched Professor Spanky die. My friend's getting on their own, or let her pay for what she's done. I'll go home with my own company. Let's start by walking Erica out. No, you can't do that. Even if she was always nice to me, you can't return evil for evil. I have to help her if I can do it. I hope I don't regret my decision. I walked over to Leon, Samantha, and Sarah. You know, you guys go on ahead without me. I've got some plans. Plans? Right here? Are you ready to dance or what? It's safer to stick together. That's why the three of you stick together until you're far away from here. And I'll be okay. I promise. I need to help Erica. What a kind soul. I hope you know what you're doing. Just take care of yourself. The guy shrugged, but did nothing, heading for the exit without me. I turned back toward to Erica. All right, girlfriend, let's get out of here. What about your friends? Ah, shit, my eyes are all jumpy. I won't be able to walk normally for a while. You can lean on me. I'll drive. Are you really going to walk me out? Erica looked at me incredulously, but there was nowhere to go. I threw her arm around my neck and led her toward the exit. As I waddled to the next street, Erica pulled away and was able to walk on her own. Still wobbly. Better? A little bit. Oh, my head feels so heavy. I need to lie down. Will you walk home with me? Come on. That's what I was planning. Crash at my house? To see you off. Erica sobered up pretty quickly and came to her senses, though she was moaning a little, but she didn't try to get rid of me. I looked around every now and then, but there was no one suspicious in the area. About time this murder of yours showed up. Keep you from getting even more drunk? Alright, why don't you tell me how you saw him? Did you hear my speech? Everyone's heard her. I just didn't fully realize it. It's a little clearer now. She's just talking to me like that, like I'm her friend. I don't get it. My attitude towards her instantly warmed up, and I wanted to share the latest news, so I laid it all out. Our teacher was murdered. Uh-oh, this sucks. And you saw the whole thing? What was he even doing at the party? Yeah, Sarah and I followed him. She's a bit of a hacker, so we had reasons to think he was the killer. He told us that many faculty members are supposedly aware of the event, but they don't care. So we followed him to a room in the back of the building, and there was a tied-up student who was having fun with him for a grade, as I understood it. Having fun? Is that what I think it is? Yeah, with a little BDSM too. Oh, can I also get some fun? Erica! Yes, you can. I'm not talking. Go on. I was hoping she would do the BDSM to me. Now he did some dirty deeds, but he's not the killer. Because the real killer walked into that room. He was wearing this black suit with a creepy white mask. Man, the popcorn certainly wasn't enough. Now I recognize the old Erica, but her barbs didn't offend me now. Maybe even helped me to lighten the mood a little. He didn't see us in the dark, and there was a fight. Then there was a fight, and he ended up stabbing both the girl and Mr. Johnson. We chose- Hey, wait, we chose the option that kills the most people! Yay! Erica, fuck, why are you so cynical? What if your teacher had been killed? What if your teacher had been killed? Don't frown. It's just my defense mechanism. Haven't you thought about that? They're already dead. There's nothing you can do about it. But is it possible to extract information and stop him in the future? So what happened next? It was nothing, really. We just ran away, notified everyone. That's all. Interesting. It's definitely one of the students. Any suspects? Not yet. At least it's not Mr. Johnson anymore. And it's not Sarah. She and I were together when it happened. It's not the redhead! Where's my camera? It's not the redhead. I have two cameras, so took me a second there. Yeah, and everyone else was kind of around. Nearby, but you didn't see them. You're too trusting. Is it long to run from the auditorium to this room of yours and change your costume? By your logic, you could be a murderer too. I can be. Or you could be with Sarah. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. That's what it was. We walked in silence, each absorbed in our own thoughts. Damn, this is so unfair. Do I deserve this? You think there's any justice left in this world? I'll tell you something. There is no justice left in this world, and there never will be, except the justice that we create for ourselves. That's a bit too categorical. I can't help it if I feel that way. Are you feeling better now? Yeah. Yes. In the air, my head airs out quickly. Almost no double vision. Where are your friends? Did they all leave you? Girlfriends, of course, if they were. I thought you were feared and respected by everyone. Feared? Yes. Respected? Maybe. But they're not friends with me. They're more like crawlers. And you're okay with that? The girl shrugged. Yeah, why not? It's practical. I'm not much of a friend. Gotcha. I right-clicked. Like me, she didn't really have any friends at my last school. I didn't really have any friends at my last school. And now, like magic, they just keep coming back to me. Yeah, and a psychotic fan who stabs everyone in packs. If you want, I could be your friend. I don't need friends. I'll get by on my own. The girl was silent for a moment. But I'll help you find this killer. We're gonna catch this Ripper. Well, that's a good start. You're not so mean sometimes. Maybe you should drink more often. Only if you're around. It's not funny. And so do I from you. By the way, we're here. We stopped outside one of the small houses. Oh, so you live far away. But the time flew by. Yeah, I stretch my legs every day. Well, I'll be off then. I turned to leave. Wait, I wanted to say thank you for staying and walking me out. She walked over to me and gave me a quick kiss on the cheek. Whoa, do friends do that? We're not friends. She winked at me and strode toward the house. Wow, I couldn't have imagined that a walk with my still recent #1 enemy would end up like this. Also, my teacher just died. Still, the same bully. But this time she wasn't trying to insult me in any way. I was having fun with her. I even forgot about all the recent events. Events! I hope the rest of the guys made it home safely. I need to hurry back to my place. It's getting dark. I got back after dark. Now I can take a break and call the police. We haven't called the police yet? And now I had proof that the murders were really happening at our university. I dialed at... sorry. I dialed Officer Elizabeth's familiar number. I tried to check something real quick. Long beeps on the phone. Finally, her voice came through. Hello, Officer Elizabeth on the line. Hello, Officer Elizabeth on the line. Taking something's up again? I'm afraid so. There was an unofficial disco at uni today, and the killer was there. Killed 2 people right in front of me. That's a strong statement, Max. don't you think it's a little strange the murders are all happening where you're at? No, because he's after me, and he already called me repeatedly and warned me that he's going to kill everyone around me, just to mess with me. Why didn't you say something to me before? What's the point? The body would have been hidden anyway, and you didn't believe me as usual, but now I have proof. Right now I'm messaging you a video that shows the killer and 2 victims. Okay, this is interesting. Send in your video, we'll see. If that's the case, I'll head over there right now and check it out. So now you believe me? Max, I'm not your enemy. I believe, but I'm used to questioning even seemingly clear facts. Who are the victims? It was a teacher, Mr. Johnson, and some senior girl I don't know. Her name was Jessie or something. Uh-oh, I got your video. I'm watching it right now. Even though it's all blacked out, you can really see what you're talking about. I'm taking a squad and moving in immediately. Be careful. Nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm a police officer with an assault weapon, and he's got some kitchen knife. If he pulls anything, we'll shoot on sight. Anyway, I'll call you back later. Stay in touch. Got it. I'll be at the end of the line. Elizabeth finally took me seriously. I just wish nothing had happened to her in there. I leaned against the wall and moved down. Why did I have this? I should go make sure the others got home okay. When I sat down at my laptop, it was already flashing a bunch of notifications. So they were fine. The guys were worried about me and asked where I was. I was just starting to answer when my phone call rang. That called Elizabeth on the phone. How did they check everything so quickly? Hello, officer? Max? Hello again, Max. I'm afraid I have some bad news. It's very bad. What, no bodies or footprints again? Just the opposite. It's good news from that point of view. This time, it's just like you videotaped. The bodies are still there. A half-naked girl and your professor. The killer left the scene in a hurry. We ran out of that room. He must have spotted us and chased us. But you never saw him again? No, he wasn't in the hall anymore. Maybe he just took off his suit. I see. Well, that's what we'll write down. And what? No sign of the killer? No evidence? We'll check more thoroughly now. But so far, nothing. Just a blood-soaked classroom and the shreds of his suit. By the way, what were we even doing in this room if the disco was so far away from here? We suspected our teacher might be involved with the murders, so we followed him. I'd advise you to be careful with that. It worked this time, but if you keep playing detective, who knows what'll happen next. I just think if the killer's connected to me, I have a better chance of finding something that points towards his identity. Well, I can inform you that as of today, your university is closed. How's it closed? For good? Yeah, until we get a clearer picture of the case. It's too dangerous to be there. All students will be contacted and notified now. But you know about it before anyone else. That may be a good thing, but how does sitting idle help find the culprit? Well, first we have to analyze the part of his suit that came off, and the blood. Actually, yes, Mr. Johnson managed to wound him once. There could be his blood left there too. And secondly, you won't have to rest. That's one more piece of news for you in advance. Tomorrow, your whole group, are going camping on the coast. What? What camping? And how long are we going to be there? Just a couple of days. Less than that. One night's camping and then home the next day. You can use a break from these urban nightmares. Alone in the woods? I'm not sure that's a good idea at all. Don't worry about safety. Mr. Johnson was supposed to be driving you, but since he suffered such a fate, I'm going with you. Oh, and there will be a few adults besides me. We'll keep an eye on you. Do us have to go there? I'd rather rest at home. I'm afraid so. It will count toward the curriculum, so I don't recommend skipping it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. What is happening? We have a camping field trip? Our university is closed, and then they're like, all right, all right, Max, you and your friends, you have to go on a camping trip for school credit, or else. Oh, yeah. While we're on the trip, all the evidence will just check out, and we can get one step closer to catching the villain. And the boys will be scattered. Well, I guess I can't avoid being one with nature. Cheer up, take warm clothes with you. It can get cold at night. And anything else that might come in handy. For example, a couple of walkie-talkies if you're going to be walking there. Or a map of the area. I don't know if there will be a signal there. All the necessary information will be sent to your email in the near future. We will take single tents, personalized for each person. Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll take my backpack. It should hold everything I need. I'll see you later, Max. I think I said all I need to said. Now I've got a lot to do. I'll see you tomorrow. At our camp, I guess. That's news. I better let the guys know. On the other hand, they'll get notified soon enough by mail. I don't have a walkie-talkie or a map. It's getting dark, and the stores are about to close. And tomorrow morning, I won't have time for this. I have to run out and buy something useful right away. My gut feeling is I could use it there. Quickly opened the search site and browsed nearby stores for potential usefulness. There were a few suitable ones, but all were either already closed or were closing in the next half hour. I'll manage to pop into one, but no more. Let's see, one sells medium-range walkie-talkie kits. The other has a detailed map of the Sunlight City neighborhood, scaled to many pages. I also singled out a third store, judging by the website. It sells tasers! No matter what happens, I'll feel safer if I have something to protect myself, in case something happens. Wish I had time to buy everything. So do a new save. Let's buy a taser. Anyway, I feel safer with the taser. My suspicions are correct. The killer could be one of the students. Then I'll wait for the right moment to attack. Let's tase him. It'd be nice if I didn't even have to use it. I made my way to the store and barely made it. The salesman was already closing, but I pulled a taser from under the counter. Explained the rules of use, and accepted my payment. With the purchase, I returned home and started packing my backpack, opening a chat room on my laptop. That's where the guys lost me. Turns out they had already been informed about the closing of the university and tomorrow's trip to the countryside. I decided not to tell them about my purchase. I told the others more about the murder of Mr. Johnson and the girl. And he added that the police had managed to find blood and scraps of the suit at the murder scene. And they might even learn something useful during our trip. We had a little more chatting and then said goodbye until tomorrow. I decided to go to bed early and gain strength to be rested before the big trip. Okay. From all of today's events, I instantly fell into a dream. Big bus met us outside the university. I had a good night's sleep and even had breakfast before I left. So right now, I think we could have had Samantha die and we could have had Sarah die. I don't think we haven't had a chance for Leon to die yet, but it also could just be you know, how we played about this. We also haven't had a chance, I think, for Erica to die. So that's interesting. People were already slowly gathering, and Officer Elizabeth was standing in front of the bus. The woman greeted everyone and invited them to get on. I said hello and went inside. The bus was packed and almost all the seats were already taken. Looking closer, I did see a few empty seats next to Erica, Samantha, and Sarah. It's a small selection, but at least I'm familiar with all of them, one way or another. Okay, so this doesn't seem to matter at all, so make another save. We'll start with sitting with Sarah. I decided to keep Sarah company. I walked up to her, and she smiled welcomingly. Hey, can I sit in? Hi, sure, have a seat. I'll be by the window. Wherever you want, I don't care. Settled into the seat next to me. Placing my backpack on my lap. What do you think of the whole trip idea? I don't know. Given recent events, it's not the safest thing to do. But if we're going to be supervised the whole time, why not? We need to get away. I think it's the perfect way to find the killer. So there's only a few of us going. One bus. Just our course. So if the killer is one of us, he could make a mistake. Sooner or later, it's inevitable. I don't think he would attack someone in front of everyone. I understand that there will be a large place to walk, and maybe even swim. You'll see. They won't all be hanging out together. Swimsuits! Ha! You're obsessed with this killer. No, it's just, I'm trying to think logically. Things got weird when you arrived, but damn, that's intriguing. How does it feel to realize that the killer is connected to you? Don't you want to get to the bottom of it? Okay, let's listen to Elizabeth. She's explaining something. The officer stood in the aisle and addressed the passengers. Can I have your attention, please? I know this news came as a surprise to you. Just a quick recap. Your university is closed pending the investigation of a murderer, but your superiors have decided to send you camping for the day. Everything will go smoothly as long as you follow safety procedures. You'll be able to walk around the neighborhood and do your own thing as long as it is light. But walk in pairs at least. Don't stray from each other. Walk in pairs at least. That way, if one of you is the killer, you have someone. You have exactly one other person to murder. And don't stray from each other or our place of arrival, and report anything strange to me or other adults right away. You see, there will be plenty of space to walk around. Well, we'll see when we get there. Have you never been on a trip like this before? Nah, it's my first time. I don't even know what this place is. I looked it up on the internet. It's supposed to be a beautiful place by the sea. Yeah, I was watching that too. By the way, what did you bring with you? Mostly warm clothes, swim trunks, and a towel just in case. I got a lot of music for the road. I thought I'd listen to it alone, but since you're here, you can join me if you want. I'd love to. Sarah pulled out a pair of wireless headphones. She handed one to me. I put it on. Sarah dipped into her phone, and soon an unfamiliar band playing light rock sounded in my ear. I listened to any genre of music, although rock was a rare representative of my playlist. This composition was pleasant and evoked nice soothing notes. I stared out the window, surrendering myself to the power of the Slayer's playlist. We rode for quite a long time. And first there were endless trees. Then we turned onto a sandy road and drove deep into the forest. Sarah was also looking at the scenery outside the window, occasionally glancing at me, apparently trying to recognize reactions to her songs. Her music really appealed to me, which is rare. I looked at the dense row of trees outside the window, immersed in my thoughts. Finally, the trees parted. We found it. Oh, I messed up my thing. My headphones. The bus stopped a little further away. Sarah turned off the music. Okay, this looks like our stop. What do you think of the music? Pretty good, to be honest. I didn't think you'd like it. But if you do, great. Let's see where we're going. Okay, so that's that. Let's load the save again. Let's sit with Samantha. I walked over to the empty seat next to Samantha, and I sat down carefully, taking off my backpack. Samantha turned to me as if she hadn't expected to see me at all. Hi. Hi. It's free, right? Of course it's free. I settled my backpack on my lap. Worried? Of course. There's murders like this, and we're being shipped off to the middle of nowhere. But we have to be there under supervision. There aren't that many people going. The key word is have to. If I didn't have to, I would never go. I understand. There were indeed still seats left on the bus, but soon we were on our way. The officer stood in the aisle and addressed the passengers. Can I have your attention, please? I know this news came as a surprise to you. Just a quick recap. Your university is closed. We've already read this. Be safe. Remember, pair up with exactly one other person, so if you are the killer, you have someone to kill. That doesn't sound so bad. Yeah, I hope so. I don't get out into nature that often, but it can give me the inspiration I need. For your book, huh? Including for it. I'm the same way myself. I can't even remember the last time I was out of town when I lived in LA. You don't look it. Somehow there was no time forever, and no suitable company either. I see. I mean, where we're going, you don't know? Nope. Some picturesque place far outside the city? It must be. In the forest, in the middle of the mountains, near the seashore. Have you had any trips like this one before? No, that's a first. What did you bring, by the way? Because I see your backpack's full. I took a towel and swimming trunks. I thought I might be able to swim there. I looked at the map and there should be some place on the shore. Yeah, I got a swimsuit too, but I don't know why. More like a backup. You think you can swim there? Oh, I wasn't going to. I guess the water will be warm there, though. Might just be able to walk out on the beach. We rode for quite a long time. At first there were endless trees. We turned to a sandy road and drove deep into the forest. Samantha watched the landscape outside the window, occasionally glancing at me, but not saying anything. I, too, was looking at the dense line of trees outside the window. Finally, the trees parted, and we found ourselves in a large, open space. The bus stopped a little further away. Sarah turned off the music. It looks like we've arrived. Yep, it's time for a walk. I'm tired of sitting around. Alright. Let's see what Erica says. Walked over to where Erica was sitting. Is it busy in here? You can sit down if you can handle it. Then I can look for more places. Sit down! She moved over to the window, making space. Okay, whatever you say. I took off my backpack and sat down, placing it on my lap. Where's yours? It's upstairs. Upstairs? There are stairs here? I gotta like readjust in my chair. Hopefully not show something I don't want to. My thighs are like stuck to the seat. I followed her example and freed my knees. I didn't even realize you were coming with us too. Yeah, I got notified last night too. I'm not sure everyone will be there, but it's definitely more fun than staying at home. There were indeed still seats left on the bus, but we were soon on our way. Officers said the stuff. Nerd. Just trying to protect us. Would say something we don't know. That's all for now. Enjoy your trip. You know anything about the place we're headed to? Not really. From what I understand, it's somewhere far out of town, in the woods. You haven't driven to one of these before? No. A lot has happened since you have arrived. Sorry about that. Nah, it's kind of cool. It's just so boring to study like this. And more has happened this week than in years of studying. Bring anything with you? So, the essentials. I decided not to tell you about my extraordinary things for now. What'd you bring with you? Swimsuit. Towels taken. It's still quite warm. Maybe I can go for a swim. Prudent. I hope you remembered to bring something like this. Yeah, I brought swim trunks too, just in case. They don't take up much space. Good for you. Well, in general, if there's a desire, we can go swimming together. You turn back to the window. Is that her embarrassment? It's the first time I've seen it. Okay, why not? We rode for quite a long time. At first there were endless trees, but then we turned into a sandy road and drove deep into the forest. Erica stared pensively out the window, occasionally glancing at me. Oh, hello, Vicky. Thank you for the sub, Vicky. I appreciate it. Good to have you. Good to see you back. Sorry I haven't been around so much, but I'm really trying. You get to. Oh yeah, happy Halloween. You get to see me in my Halloween costume. That is as extremely quickly thrown together because I was playing this game and thought I would try to mimic a character from it, and then I didn't really have the stuff for that. My inspiration was I was like, I'll try to dress like Samantha, and then I didn't really have like quite the right stuff for that. So then I was like, I'll try to dress like Erica, and then I realized I don't have my purple. I could not find the right purple wig anywhere, so now I'm just kind of here. But yeah, happy Halloween! Woo, spooky! Erica stared pensively out the window, occasionally glancing at me, but remained silent. Finally, the trees parted, and we found ourselves in a large open space. The bus stopped a little further away. Sarah turned off the music. I don't know if you've seen. I don't remember if you've seen any of this game or not. I don't remember if you were here for some of it before. But the short story is that there's a killer, and they're at our university. They recently just killed somebody. So now our university is closed, and we're going on a camping trip for some reason. Because that seems like a really smart thing to do when there's a killer coming after me. Let's go on a camping trip. I'm also recovering from having been sick previously, so I'm a little coffee. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Yay, all my legs are already stiff. That's true. We pulled on our backpacks and stepped out into the fresh air. It was so clean and invigorating, not like in the city. Let's all go to the woods! And you have to admit, the views are beautiful. In front of us was an open clearing surrounded by forest and mountains. It does look nice. It does. Although I'm not so. That's a. Wait. This is a. I thought we were going to like the middle of the woods. This is just a big ass field in the middle of the woods. Also, this feels like a really weird place to set up like the tents. Like we're just set up in the. It looks like the tents are just set up in the middle of a field, which I guess, like, to be fair, if there's a killer, that's kind of makes a lot of, actually, now that I think about it, if you're worried about a murderer, setting up your camping in, like, the middle of a field is probably a good idea, because then, like, if the killer is there, you can just see the killer. Like, they're easy to find, right? Because then they can't hide in the trees. There's nowhere to hide. Maybe they're onto something here. There was a small lake in the distance, and if you look the other way, a coastline with access to the sea. Wow, you didn't want to go? Okay, maybe it's not so bad here. Even if Samantha says so, it's really not that bad. Max, how's it going? I can't believe it. I'm not imagining it. You were sitting with an enemy of the people. There's no point in denying it. With Erica? Yeah, we're kind of in a temporary truce. I helped her get home yesterday. Ow. And she's actually a pretty nice girl, if you get to know her. Unfortunately, the hammer doesn't hit me in real life. Oh ho ho, what a catch. Well, that's great. She looks so formidable. Okay, I'm not judging. I don't trust her anyway. Maybe we just don't know her well. If Max is friends with her, maybe she won't be so tough with our company. Alright. Enough chit-chat. The million-dollar question is, who's gonna do what? Don't be in such a hurry. We need to settle in first. We were given single tents, although some of us had bigger ones, and they helped us set them up. After setting up our personal seats, we came up for air and decided to relax with the guys for a bit. Gathering together, we settled into seats far away from everyone else to discuss further events. I don't know who's going where, but I'd play something. I saw a volleyball net on the beach, so I suggest heading there. Do you play any sports at all? Then you felt like a fish out of water at basketball. Not really anything right now. I kickboxed for a few years. Oh yeah, also the translation in this game is definitely not that great. So there's a lot of very weird lines that I'm just trying my best to read as is. When you have money for everything you want, the desire to do anything gradually disappears. The same applies to studying. Is that why you're not serious about it? Of course. Why study for the sake of getting what I have now in the future? Doesn't make sense. I'd like to try my hand at one sport, though. I've wanted to try basketball since I was a kid, but I still can't even bring myself to buy a bat. Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm sorry, what? It doesn't make any sense. I'd like to try my hand at one sport, though. I've wanted to try baseball. Okay, I thought you said basketball. I was like, wait, hold on. Why are you buying a bat for basketball? That's not how that works. I don't know much about basketball, but I know that. Sounds cool, although I don't even know the rules there. I hope it's not one of those things where you want for some unknown reason, and then after the first time the bat goes to dust in the closet. You won't know until you try it. You want me to gift it to you sometime? You got it. My birthday's coming up. Hey, slackers. Are you done talking business? I'm planning on taking a walk around the neighborhood. Maybe a walk in the woods. You can also play ball on the beach in Sunlight City. And you won't see views like this, there. But we were told not to go too far apart. It's not that far away. Back and forth. I wanted to go for a walk on the beach after all, but without the volleyball. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Maybe get some inspiration for my book. Well, I guess we can't hang out together. Everybody's got their own interests. Maybe not until tonight. I mean, we still have to sleep here, I figured. Alright, I'm going to go ask about the balls. I'll see you guys. Yeah, he didn't have enough fun in the city. I guess he didn't hesitate for a second when he heard about the trip. I'm going to take a look around. I'll go for a walk on the shore then. If you want, join me. Looks like I have a tough choice of who to spend the rest of the day with. All the offers are tempting. Oh, okay, good. It only gives me choices with the women. Well. Alright, I guess I'm kind of going for Erica. So let's go through one at a time. We know Sarah's also not the killer, so I feel like, oh wait, was that a... Oh, this is a full battery. This is going to determine someone dying. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. Alright. Barely caught up with Sarah, and I walked up to her. She stopped, as if she hadn't expected to see me. Oh, you decided to go for a walk after all. Yeah, I caught your enthusiasm. That's good. Then let's go. We leisurely set off to explore the neighborhood. I wouldn't have thought you liked to go for walks. Is it because I like computers and I'm a homebody? Ha! There's a lot you don't know about me. I like surprises. Are you sure? Kinda. Well, hold on. What if this is the end of the game? This might be the end of the game, and each person that we choose might reveal that they're the killer to us. Because I've got a knife in my backpack. I'm actually in cahoots with a killer. Why do you think I took you into the woods? Mwahaha. Okay, I don't like all surprises. Please don't kill me, you conniving and evil maniac. And we'll see about your behavior. But other than kidding, yes, I love getting out to new places. Okay, so it was a goof. She was just goofing, apparently. Do you like to travel? Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to move around a lot, and I enjoyed exploring new vistas, new landscapes. It wasn't until later that I became interested in engineering while already in high school. Wow, I never would have guessed. So you're not from around here? Nah, I had a rough childhood, moving from school to school, but things have settled down now. That's the most important thing. What about you? I thought you weren't a fan of that kind of walking either. In fact, I love being outdoors, especially when there's the right company for it. I can say the same thing. We've come a long way already. Won't we get lost? Don't worry, I'm very good at navigating the terrain. Okay then, I've just never been camping like that. Then I'll be your guide. I'd love to. Sorry for the personal question. Yeah, what is it? Have you ever dated anyone before? At your last school in LA? Oh, I wouldn't call it a close relationship. But yeah, there was this one girl. Will you tell me about her? Or is it a sensitive subject for you? Forgive my curiosity. Yeah, no problem. Her name was Mika. We really liked each other. We were in the same grade. Over time, we began to communicate a lot and became close. At first, everything was fine. But then she got a little too selfish, and if I didn't agree with her opinion, she threw a tantrum. I think you just described about 90% of girls. Haha, no. I don't know what's different about her. Or maybe she was just like that all along. I just didn't notice. Anyway, we broke up. Anyway, that's it. Nothing serious. What about you? Nope, haven't dated anyone. Although I'm a pretty open person. Haven't had any close calls. I haven't had any close calls. I guess they think I'm too weird. Why? I don't think you're weird. Really? Really? You're cool. And beautiful. Oh, thank you. Look! We came to a large clearing overlooking the mountains, which was covered with beautiful daisy-like flowers. Wow, look how beautiful it is. I plucked one flower and held it out to Sarah. Is that for me? Oh, it's beautiful. She clipped it behind her ear. Yeah, it's an amazing place. That's why I love exploring new things. You can always find something unexpectedly beautiful. If we hadn't gone for a walk, we wouldn't have found such a place. What a beautiful sunset. The sun was lazily slanting down, forming a colorful landscape. So quickly, the evening came. You're right, the view is unreal. You don't see that very often. It's a good thing you dragged me out here, or I would have missed this beauty. Look, let's just lie down. Look at the sky. You know what? Let's do it. We're not going to find a better place anyway. The whole clearing was covered with grass, so I wasn't afraid of getting dirty. And for a moment like this, it wouldn't be a big deal. I lay down on... Pardon me. I lay down on the grass with my backpack under my head. Sarah followed suit and laid down beside me. We stared at the sky. We lay silent for a while, admiring the scenery. The sun went down very quickly, and many small stars appeared in the sky. Aren't you cold? No. There are so many stars out there. Have you never wanted to get there? To where? To the stars? Yeah, I guess into space. I don't know. I've never really thought about it. What are your dreams in general? I don't have any other wishes right now, except that our whole situation be resolved and the killer be caught. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm always in a hurry. No time to dream. To find what you want, sometimes you just have to stop and enjoy the moment. As the saying goes, Capri Diem. Seize the moment, I guess. I don't know how to say that word. I'm just... Caper Diem. Caper Dime. If you're in too much of a hurry, you can miss what's right in front of you. You know, you're right about something. I stroked her hair. While we're on the subject of personal matters, can I ask something about you? Well, I wonder what's... Well, give me one question of any kind, and I'll give you the answer. And only one? Oh, okay. For keeping me such terrific company, ask me anything you want. I'll answer them all. Ooh, cute. You already told me why you took the nickname Slayer. Can you elaborate on that? Fair enough. I'm sure you didn't ask. I'm surprised you didn't ask me that before. I'm a fan of mystery movies, TV shows. So I was watching this old TV show that really stuck with me back then. It's about a vampire slayer. I liked it so much that I took such a nickname for social networks and games, and then the nickname spread into real life, like a middle name, something like that. Interesting, but I like your regular name too. Is that all you wanted to know? Your attraction to electronics and computers and stuff, have you had that since you were a kid, or did it come later? In general, I had a craving since childhood, but I had no opportunities. My parents restricted me in every way possible, pretending that it was not a girlish activity. So against all odds, when I moved out on them, I was finally able to make my desires a reality, partly in spite of them. Before that, I only read books and surfed the internet. Can I ask you a question about this collar of yours? How long did it take you to make it? How did you come up with the idea in the first place? Oh, it's my personal pride. I've been developing it for over a year, and I'm constantly improving it. I wanted to make an unusual and universal device, which will look stylish and help, and not constantly loom in front of your eyes. Finally, I took apart the smartphone stuffing and made this miracle. Do you like it? Yeah, actually. It looks nice on you. Quite organic. Woof woof! Is the red hair your own, or do you dye it? Why did she bark? It's my natural color. You won't believe this, but I'm too lazy to dye any color yet. Pretty. I ran my fingers through her red hair. She just laughed. Oh look, a star is falling. Then we must make a wish. I've never seen a star falling before. Have you made a wish yet? Let me see. Yeah, I made a wish. I made a wish that none of my friends would ever get hurt again, and that we unmask this killer as soon as possible. Better yet, the whole thing turned out to be nothing more than a nightmare. I made a wish too. That's great. You can't talk or it won't come true. I know, I've heard. Okay, well, I guess we can continue our game. You can ask me one more question. Anything. Okay, well, I'm going to ask a pretty personal question like your last one. Go ahead. Have you ever been kissed? That's a weird question, considering I haven't dated anyone, so no? Yeah, that sounded more romantic in my head. You encouraged me to ask, and now my cheeks are starting to burn with shame. What kind of stupid questions are these? I'm guessing you are... Well, I've done it a couple of times. With tongue? There was also with tongue. Why don't you, teach me? Teach you? Yep, private lessons. Then move closer. She tilted her head to face me and moved close to my face. It was already dark enough, but I could clearly make out her dilated pupils and feel her deep breathing. The moon, already shining brightly in the sky, reflected in her eyes. I wrapped my arms around her hair and brought her lips closer to mine. We made contact. She took her time, gently running her lips over mine. Then she slid her tongue forward. I met it with my tongue, and we intertwined them. I deepened the kiss, moving our greeting to her mouth, and she heated up. Her tongue greedily enveloped mine, traced her lips over mine, and she nuzzled my head insistently. We separated for a second, her lips glistening with saliva. Am I doing it right, teacher? Perfect. You just need to reinforce the material. And we kissed each other's lips in sync. Wow, she's very skillful for her first time. Her tongue wriggles like a snake clamping down on its target. I can feel her heat, her passion, and the excitement rises all over my body. This is an unreal evening. Sarah paused to remove her jacket, keeping her eyes on me. I held my finger on the bottom of her lip, and she took it into her mouth and sucked on it. Oof. Uff. But we shouldn't go too far right now. Not right now. Sarah looked up at me, just lay on top of me, cuddled up. I stroked her head. We laid like that for a while, silently warming and listening to each other's breathing. Sarah seems to really like me, and I like her a lot. I've never been this close before. She was the first to break the awkward silence. It was wonderful. Do you like it? Sure. What about you? And me? Then we should do this more often. Totally agree. We should be getting back by now. It's getting dark. They must have been looking for us. Yeah, you're right. As if nothing had happened, we got up, shook ourselves off, and slung our backpacks over our shoulders. You know where to go, don't you? I don't really remember where we came from. Of course, we came from over there. Come on, we'll soon reach the camp. God, it's a good thing you know your way around. Otherwise, I'd be lost. You picked a good traveling companion. We walked back the way we came. Sarah was in the lead, and I tried to keep up with her. All the trees looked just the same to me, just to keep up. Are we sure we're going in the right direction? Of course we are. We'll be there soon. We walked for some more time, but the forest did not end. Is it me, or is this tree something we've been over before? You imagined it. No, there's some strange markings on the bark. That's definitely it. Okay, now you're getting on my nerves. Look, here's what we're gonna do. You stay here, and I'll go in that direction and do some recon. What? No, I'll go with you then. You know better than anyone that we can't split up. I understand. It's getting dark, and I'm afraid of getting lost. You're gonna stand there as a reference point. We'll keep touch on the radio. That's all. If anything, I'll just go back. Might just be camping this way. We need to investigate the area a bit. Well, unless it's fast. I'll be right back. Stay here and don't go anywhere. Come on, I'll be waiting for you. And she disappeared into the thicket in a new direction. It was a shame we let it get this dark. Maybe it was worth it, though. We had a little adventure. I waited long enough. I shivered from the cold. When would she be there? Officer Reynolds was making her last rounds before bedtime. She had to make sure that everyone had gone to bed and was not walking around at night. A small pocket flashlight illuminated her path, for the whole camp had long since fallen into darkness. Owls hooted somewhere, and the wind swayed in the trees. In the distance, waves were crashing against the shore. Otherwise, it was completely silent. Well, what's this? Our tent was completely unzipped. No one was inside. Whose is it anyway? It's out of order, and someone's going to get reprimanded. There were footprints in the sand, heading into the woods. The officer followed the tracks with a flashlight. The tracks went into the woods, into the thick of it. Who would go so far into the woods at night? The woman drew her gun and held it at the ready just in case. The tracks led somewhere here, behind the tree. The officer cocked the gun and peered behind it. Ah! What are you doing? Jesus, what are you doing here? You can't just walk out of the camp at night. I told you. I know, but I have to pee. So I thought I'd go a little further away so no one would notice. Come on, back to your tent now. Go! And the boy ran back, terrified, but Elizabeth was actually just as scared. She even grinned. Scared of some student? You're losing your touch, Lizzie. She turned around to go back to the camp. And came face to face with a man in a white mask. Holy shit! She raised her gun, but her opponent was ready for it. He kicked the weapon out of the policewoman's hands and attacked. The woman successfully avoided several stabbing blows by ducking into the sides in reaction. She threw a right hook that hit the target. Another 2 punches hit the aggressor's face. I pull the audio on the game down just a little because this is a really loud track. Elizabeth threw a straight fist, but this time the killer reacted, his fist facing the knife flying towards her. One finger was instantly torn from the joint and fell to the ground. Reynolds cried out in shocking pain and yanked her bloody hand away. With all the strength in her lungs, she screamed, "The killer is here! He's here! Get out of here! Now!" The maniac was advancing on her. The officer tried to make an undercut with her foot, but the opponent raised his leg in time and the blow came below. Elizabeth kept retreating and retreating until she hit the tree behind her. The killer twirled his knife and plunged it right into the cop's head. The swift blow came straight to the forehead, nailing the woman's head to the tree, lodging in her skull. Officer Reynolds let out her last breath. I waited long enough. I shivered from the cold. Where had Sarah gone? In the distance, I noticed a light of some kind, like a flashlight. Could that be her? I threw on my backpack and walked toward the glow. It was farther away than I thought, somewhere in the thick of the forest, behind the trees. When I almost reached him, the light suddenly disappeared. Who's playing with me? What the hell? Was I dreaming? But I knew I wasn't. I knew it wasn't. And then a branch creaked beside me. I turned at the sound, and I saw her, a white mask that I would never mistake for anything else. Black suit, knife in hand. The killer came for me. For a few seconds, we just stared at each other, like predator and prey. Then he came at me. I couldn't get far through this dense forest of bushes and branches. He stabbed at me from a distance. I managed to get out of the way, but the blow still slid down my arm, leaving a gash on my shoulder. No, there was no chance. I had to run. I turned around. I tried to run away, but then I hit a root and fell as hard as I could. My backpack fell off me, and then I remembered, I've got my taser! Just in case, I quickly opened my backpack and began to fumble through it in search of the taser. The killer caught up with me. As I lay there, he jammed the knife into my ankle and dragged it towards me. I screamed in pain. I finally found the taser. You want me so bad, asshole? Take that! I jumped up to meet him and I jabbed the taser wherever I could. It was aiming for his face. Oh, we bought a stun gun, not a taser? Well, I thought we were buying I thought we were buying an actual, like, taser, not just a stun gun. Ugh. I was aiming for his face, but I went somewhere around his neck, and I turned down full blast. A few seconds of nasty, deafening crackle. The killer shuddered and fell on his back. Oh, what a nagging pain. I looked at my leg. There was a knife sticking out of it with agonizing effort. I grasped the hilt and pulled it out, writhing in pain. I threw it onto the ground. This is the man responsible for my suffering. Of all deaths. I wailed over to him. He lay still. Dead? I felt like he could get up at any moment and finish what he started. Taser him? Or a knife? Some inner barrier stopped me. I'm not a killer. Not like him. I have to find out who's behind that mask. I slowly leaned over him, tried to pull the mask off him. Damn, it wouldn't budge. Not from underneath, not from the side, nothing. Is it connected to the suit? Or are my hands shaking too much from fear? Damn it. Every second counts. Is it just me or did he move? If you're what he'd done to me, and what else he might do, was weighing on me more and more. Fuck it. Got to my feet and ran the opposite direction as fast as I could. I stepped lightly out on my wounded leg, and I could run again, although not as fast. Damn it, I've got to get to the camp. Suddenly a dark figure jumped out of the forest towards me. A killer. No, it's Sarah. Damn it, Sarah, you scared the hell out of me. Where the hell did you go? Whoa, what happened? Why so scared? I went further, and I thought I heard someone screaming in the distance. I decided that the camp was that way, so I went ahead, and indeed there began some familiar places. Then I came straight back to you. I heard your footsteps. I came out to meet you. Oh my god, there's blood on your shoulder. What happened to your leg? What happened to you? The killer, he's here. He found me. He came at me with a knife. I was lucky I had my taser with me. Knocked him out. But for how long? Probably should have honestly just, like, killed him or plunge, maybe, like, you know, take off, do some damage to a leg or something, slow him down. Only I have to leave my backpack there. It wasn't worth it. Holy shit. Then let's go to camp. You need to go to the hospital. I've memorized the direction. We should reach it soon. You say you heard someone screaming? That's what I thought. And this was on the side of the campground? Yeah, roughly. I couldn't make out the words, but my voice sounded scared. Damn it. I hope it wasn't anything serious. We ran together in the direction Sarah was pointing. It hurt like hell to step on it, but I tried to hold back my moans. There, familiar places are already appearing. I recognize these trees. So the road was right. Trees. There it was, the camp. We came out to the seashore, to the hill behind which our tents were and the bus were already standing. Everyone was fussing, shouting, and hastily packing. Leon, Samantha, and Erica showed up in the general crowd as well. Okay. I feel like I should pause and, like, try to load the other save. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna make a new save. Now let's load here. Let's go hang out with Samantha. I followed Samantha for a while. She still had some distance to go. She raised her eyebrows and was surprised at my company. I plan to disrupt your lonely walk. I'd like to see the beach too, if you don't mind. Of course, I'd be happy to. Of course not, I'd be happy to. We were separated from the seashore by a small hill. When we climbed it, we had a view of the whole coast. Leon and some guys were stringing up a net for a volleyball game. A beautiful sandcastle could be spotted, built by someone recently. We moved further to a more secluded beach. It's beautiful here. The girl gazed and mesmerized at the water's surface. That's for sure. Shall we go for a walk? Samantha nodded silently. We walked along the beach, and soon reminders of civilization were gone. Just sand, the sound of surf, and the light breeze that fluttered Samantha's pink hair. Look, there's some kind of lighthouse. You think it's active? Let's walk to it. I don't know. Isn't it too far away? It doesn't have to be. We'll turn back if we have to. Okay, then, let's go. We walked for a bit, but it really wasn't as close as it seemed from afar. And when you lived in LA, did you go to the beach much? No, I rarely go there, really. It's always crowded and doesn't feel like anything outstanding. It's a different feeling here. I wonder if the water is still warm right now. Samantha walked over and wet her hand. And how is it? It's very warm. You try it. I went over and dipped my hands under the water too. Indeed, it had warmed up nicely during the day. You know, I brought my swim trunks, and you brought a bathing suit too, as I recall. If you want, we could go swimming. Oh, yeah, I might want to go for a swim, but are you afraid there's no place to change? That's not the point. What then? I can't swim. I see. Well, you can only swim you can only swim in the shallows. I don't think it's going to be deep here right away. Are you sure? I'll go in first, and I'll be there for you if you need me, so you'll be fine. Well, then I'm ready. Just where do we leave the stuff? We can do it right here. We've gone far enough away from anyone to see us. I spread out a towel and we threw our backpacks on it. We could go up to the woods and change our clothes there. Or we could just do it here. Or even that. Let me just turn my back, change, and make sure no one comes after us. You can tell me when you're ready. That's a great plan. Samantha smiled modestly at me and pulled her swimsuit out of her backpack. I pulled out my swim trunks too, and turned away to change. The sand was warm, and I stomped along the shore, digging into it. I'm done. You can turn around. Hello! Ha with the paw. That's a way less modest than I was expecting from her. I was expecting something like far more modest. Good for you, Samantha. You get 'em. You show off your body, girl. I turned around and involuntarily held my gaze on Samantha's naked body. Her pink polka dot swimsuit fit her perfectly and emphasized her figure. She lowered her eyes in embarrassment, picking at the sand with her finger. Nice outfit. Thank you. I'll go first then. No, let's go together. We moved closer together and slowly began to wade in the water. Man, there's a way to see just the art. Oh wait, I can do it through the gallery. And there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen still in the gallery. Look at her. Be absolutely gorgeous. She has like a little freckle here too. Cute. Cute girl. Anyways, what were we doing? The depth started to really get away from shore, and we had to walk for a long time, slowly submerging our feet under the water. Never swam in the sea? Nope. My mom tried to teach me when I was a kid, but it didn't work out. And since then, I've been walking along the shore at most, enjoying the view of the sea air. We had already gone even deeper into the water, and we were almost floating, but we were still reaching the bottom. Ouch! Samantha stepped into the hole. I quickly shifted to her and picked her up in my arms. I got you. I helped her through the hole and get to a place where she could reach the bottom. Goddamn Pit! Thank you. I didn't immediately realize that she was I was holding her in my arms. I did it on reflex, not realizing that I was now leaning against her skin, and hurried to release my grip. It'll probably be deep from here. We can swim here without going deep. But I've partially soaked my hair because of this pit, so there's no point in feeling sorry for it. You can try to swim here, and I'll be supportive. Okay, let's give it a try. She carefully swam breaststroke, and I supported her from below by her belly. She did it quite briskly. You know, it's a shame that we didn't get to see Sarah here, doll. Okay, now I'm just going to slowly remove my hands, and then you'll take over. And I don't even feel them. I slowly removed one hand and then the other. Samantha was already swimming on her own without my help. You said you can't swim. Look, I'm not holding you. You swim on your own. I showed her my hands over the water. Wow, it's true. It's so easy. I haven't tried it for a long time, and for some reason I was afraid. But with you, I'm calm and not afraid. See, there's a reason you brought a bathing suit. Why don't we swim out to deeper water? You'll save me, won't you? Wow, I appreciate your enthusiasm. Maybe it's best to slow down for now. It'll be fine. It really was much easier than I thought it would be. It was more fear than actual threat. Well, let's go for a swim. But I'll be right next to you. So if anything happens, just holler. I hope there's no strong currents. Hey, yawn. We swam leisurely in breaststroke, just in case I swam first so there would be no surprises. The water is smooth, flat, and you can't feel the depth at all, but we swam for quite a long time. When we turned around, the beach seemed like a small strip in the distance. Oh, we've swum so far. Swum. I didn't realize. Look, that's our camp over there. Over that hill. Yeah, it's all right here. I'm glad I brought my swim trunks for a reason. I hope no one steals our stuff off the beach. Oh, right, we should keep an eye on it. There shouldn't be any people here, though. Not unless someone followed us. From this distance, it was almost indistinguishable. Just a small dot in the sand. I hope this is our stuff and we don't have to go back like this. We did a little deep water swimming, snorkeling, fooling around. It had been a while and we were about to swim back. Samantha gasped and stopped in one place. What happened? My leg seems to be numb. I can't move it. A chained horror took up residence on her face. I was wrong to let her swim straight to deep water after all. Here we hit some cold currents. That must be it. Okay, don't panic. You can hold your own underwater, right? Yeah, I can do it with my arms, but I can't swim like that. Alright, well, stay where you are. I'm gonna try to rub your leg and see if you can move it. I swam over to Samantha and with both hands took a hold of her leg and tried to gently rub it. Do you feel anything? Does it hurt? I feel something, but not much, just a little tingle. Thanks for trying, but I can't swim like this. Her voice was overflowing with a rising desperation that I needed to extinguish as soon as possible. Alright then, plan B. Is there one? Get on my back. I'll take you to shore. Oh, I don't know. I'm heavy. Are you sure you can handle it? I know you heavyweights. Get in. Get in. There's no other option. If it gets rough, tell me right away. We'll make rest stops. I don't want the two of us drowning out here because of me. Well, technically it's my fault. After all, I let you in so deep. We could have swam in shallow water. Okay, let's give it a shot. I turned my back to Samantha and she wrapped her arms around my neck and her legs around my waist. How is she? I don't know. I guess I kind of understand how she's on him, but that doesn't seem like there's really a way you can load a person up like that. I don't know. I guess maybe lifeguards do that. Maybe that's how they do it. I don't know. You okay? Can you breathe? It's fine. The weight doesn't feel as much in the water. As I swam slowly with the weight behind me, it wasn't as bad as I had imagined in my head. Out of desperation, I offered this option, but I had no less apprehension than my companion. In fact, I was just floating slowly, working my arms and legs vigorously. Samantha pressed quietly against my back. When I looked at the shore, it didn't seem to be coming at all, and we were floating in place. But we were moving, even though time seemed to stop for me. Tiredness began to overwhelm me halfway through, but we never stopped. I didn't have enough air and energy to talk. When we finally swam to safety, my muscles were aching and burning. Samantha climbed off me, and I got to her feet uncertainly. I collapsed onto the towel with exhaustion. How are you? Can you stand? Yeah, sorry. I think I had a panic attack in there and almost killed us both. It's okay, we made it. You see how self-sufficient we are? We don't even need a killer. We can handle ourselves. Samantha giggled, but it was more of a nervous giggle. It got dark so fast. We should be getting back. That's true. While we were learning to swim, the sun had almost set over the horizon. The prospect of being alone at night, away from civilization and the group, was not a happy one. Right, time to head back. So no lighthouse today. We've had enough adventures. At least no one stole our stuff. Sorry, my wig's acting up on me. Yeah, it was enough without the lighthouse. We quickly wiped ourselves down and changed into dry clothes, the old-fashioned way. Do you remember which way the camp is? Yeah, that's where we came from. Indeed, after walking a bit, we rounded a hill and noticed the outline of our camp. The organizers helped to build fires in front of the tents and ensured safety. Guys sat on the seats and shared stories. Others walked around the camp, threw the ball around, and did other amateur activities. None of our company was surprised. What did I say? Was surprisingly visible. I wonder where all our guys are. I don't know. They're probably out, just like us. Just haven't been back yet. Everyone's got their own tent, right? I think I'm gonna head back to my place and rest. My body's killing me. Wait, you can lie with me if you want. There's plenty of room for two in these tents. If you want to, let's go. I don't care where I vacation. I carried my backpack to my tent, then followed to Samantha's place. There was more than enough room for 2 people. I'm glad they made a separate one for everyone. There were things lying around, and a scribbled notebook, a homemade wreath adorned the headboard. Just take your shoes off at the entrance. I took my shoes off at the threshold and crawled inside. Samantha was already lying in the corner, and she gestured for me to lie down next to her. It's cozy in here. Yeah, I like order. By the way, what about your book? Isn't that the one you keep writing? Oh yeah, you saw that. Yes. I continue the story a little bit. Here, in nature, inspiration comes at once, and all sorts of thoughts come into my head. Ah, fuck. Can you tell me briefly what it's about? Remind me, what did I tell you before? It was the beginning. Strangers are invited to an island, and then they find they can't get off it, and they start getting killed one by one. Aha, memorized it after all. Okay, well that's okay. Then I can tell you a little more about it. People did not understand what was happening, and they were terrified. They began to communicate, telling about their past, in order to somehow clarify the situation. And nothing seemed to connect them until they discovered one curious fact. Shortly before this invitation, each of them had tried in one way or another to get a job at the same pharmaceutical firm. The internet had a murky description of the job structure and the organization itself, but from the looks of it, it promised a high salary with little effort, in a nutshell. However, they had to fill out a detailed test on the same website to be accepted for the position, and along with normal adequate questions, there were unusual ones, such as what blood type they have, or whether someone in their family had cancer, and whether there were any relatives at all. Whether when they were last examined. After completing this test, the company would stop responding, then disappear from the past website altogether. Everyone gathered thought it was nothing more than someone's joke, but it was the only thing they all participated in. One guy teamed up with a girl he trusted, and they decided to stick together and get to the bottom of things together. One night, the girl woke up the guy, and she said she heard suspicious rustling near their makeshift camp. It sounded like she heard someone coming out of there. They decided to follow the man. They did manage to find a treaded path with footprints, but there was no man in sight. The pursuit led them to an old abandoned lighthouse on the edge of the island. Half-blurred tracks led here. The couple decided to go inside to see if they could get this beacon up and running a signal to the ships passing by. Carefully, they went inside. There was no one there, but we managed to start the spotlight on the lighthouse, which is still working. But there was something else there, an ancient computer that still worked. On it, they managed to find out some creepy information. Some scientist was supposedly able to come up with a cure for cancer, but it was only a prototype. To make it, he needed a very rare material, a substance that is secreted by humans only in the most extreme situations. It's only secreted in certain people, but after that, the person doesn't survive. So they were all called here just because they passed that weird test. To test the fucking cure, and that's when they heard the door at the bottom of the lighthouse creak open. Someone had come in. I think you've had enough of this. What? You can't be serious. It's in the middle of a story. You behave yourself, you'll hear the whole story, especially since the book isn't even finished until the end. Damn, I'd love to know the rest of the story too. I'll do anything to earn that opportunity. I mean, you liked it? Of course I liked it. You got talent. Thanks. If you really feel that way. It's just a flight of thought without any outside meaning or message. Does it have to be? The main thing is the plot should be interesting, exciting. It's not necessary at all that it should have meaning, or be realistic or something else. The most important thing is that you like it. Oh, I guess you're right. Thank you. You've calmed me down a bit. Oh, nice. Aren't you cold? A little bit. Will you warm me up? Sure. But better wear something warm for the night. I moved closer to her and put my arm around her. Her face was right in front of mine. You know, Max, I wanted to thank you for today, for keeping me company, teaching me how to swim, keeping me from drowning. Except for the fact that I'm the reason you almost drowned. Shh, don't talk. No one's ever shown me such kindness. And I'm not just talking about today. I'm talking about everything since you came into my life. So I want to continue what we started at my house. She kissed me gently, right on the lips. She was so soft and gentle that I couldn't resist her charms. I eagerly returned the kiss, running my hands through her hair. It was still damp from the sea. My hands slid down her body, lingering on her breasts, which were showing through her t-shirt. Samantha moaned softly. "You can touch it, under my t-shirt. I'm not wearing anything right now." "You don't have to ask me twice." I slid my hand underneath and touched her skin. I touched her a lot today. It was all in the water. Now the warm and dry skin felt very different. Ugh. I brought my hand up to her breast and ran it gently over it, then wrapped it around her fully. And we kept making out. No! Is my stream end? Oh no, my stream just stopped on my end for a second. That was weird. Okay. And we kept making out with Samantha. I didn't expect that kind of behavior from her, but if I get a gift like that, I'm willing to save her every day. Samantha also ran her hands under my t-shirt and touched my torso, and began to explore every inch of my body. "Are you warm enough?" "A little bit. You know, I've liked you ever since we first met." "Oh, you're making me blush again." "I liked you too from the first moment we met, but I didn't know how to tell you. This is all new to me, and it's all evolving so fast. I don't know if it's normal. This is new to me too. But there's one thing I know for sure. I want to be with you. No matter what, I don't want to die. And promise me you won't die, no matter what that killer is up to." "Alright, I promise you that I will never let you get hurt. I'll do anything to protect you." "I know. I know." We didn't go any further than kissing and caressing, because anyone could come in at any moment. And we couldn't make too much noise as people were passing very close by. But there was also a spark in the whole situation, a risk of being seen, which only added to spice to the situation. Samantha, too, realized the danger of the situation and wasn't ready to go any further yet. "You know, you could stay here tonight. You don't think anyone will notice?" "I don't know." "Okay, I think it's a worthwhile risk. We'll keep each other warm. Can you read me a bedtime book?" "Of course." Samantha reached into her backpack and pulled out a small book. She opened it to a bookmark and handed it to me and made herself comfortable. The letters jumped in front of my eyes, but I began to leisurely read the unknown novel. It wasn't clear, for it was about halfway through the book, but I wanted to please Samantha. No one ever came by. I read a few chapters and turned my attention to Samantha. She was already asleep, quietly snoring. Quickly, though my eyes were already drooping too, I hope I don't have any problems here. I put the book aside and settled down, getting ready for sleep. All the fatigue of the day made itself felt, and I fell into a deep sleep. Erica sat alone on the shore, staring sadly out at the dark sea. The black waves were crashing along against the shore, trying to reach her with their long claws. She swam until the sun was still shining. She swam while the sun was still shining, then dried off at the shore. Then she felt so sad she wanted to cry. Her life seemed empty and meaningless. She didn't want to go back to the camp. She didn't get like this very often, but if she did, she was in a bad mood for the whole day. Oh no, she wanted me to come by and I didn't. She reached into her backpack and pulled out the stash she'd smuggled in, a large bottle of tequila, just in case. And it had come, she decided. Erica uncorked the lid and took a few sips straight from her throat. Oh, that felt good. Her throat burned with the pleasant heat that warmed everything inside. The girl looked at the water, and in the reflection she saw a strange white silhouette behind her. She turned around and saw a stranger in a black suit standing nearby. A mask concealed his face. "Hey, I know you. You're the one who goes around killing people." She wasn't really scared. She had nothing to lose. A knife flashed in the stranger's hand. She stood still, looking at the girl with the bottle. The only person we know that hasn't been killed, I think, is Leon. Who also, it went off to do his own thing, and we didn't get to we didn't have a choice for here. Just saying. A knife flashed in the stranger's hands. He stood still, looking at the girl with the bottle. "You won't even talk to me? What do you think about me screaming at the top of my lungs and the whole camp coming here?" The killer stared at her expectingly, not moving from his seat. "Hey, asshole, I'm talking to you. Are you gonna ignore me? You know, I went to wrestling for 3 years. Zero emotion. The killer bowed his head, studying his victim. Erica got up from the log she was sitting on. She walked toward him, bottle in hand, and stopped about a meter away from him. You think I'm afraid of you? Is that what you want? Then you're in the wrong place. You picked the wrong victim. I'm afraid of being alone. I've been alone my whole life, and then this guy comes along and who looks at me differently than everyone else, not afraid of me, maybe like you. But no, he's not interested in me. So go ahead and do what you're gonna do, and I'll do what I have to do. I'll get help, or you go your way and I'll go mine. It's your choice. The killer continued to remain silent, staring at the spot like a wax figure. Erica was starting to get nervous. Okay, principled asshole, I'm gonna count to 3, and the whole camp will know you're here. 1, 2... But before she could count to the end, the stranger came out of his stupor. He lunged and stabbed upward with the knife, but Erica managed to bounce back. Help! He's here! The killer's here! Another sideways stab. Erica was ready for it. She dodged and grabbed her arm, twisting her wrist and causing her to drop the knife to the sand. With her other hand, she brought a full bottle of tequila down on her opponent's head. It shattered, showering him with a scalding liquid. Erica had had a broken bottle shard in her hand. She raised her hand to shove it into the killer's face, but just before it hit, he caught her hand. In physical strength, he was superior to the girl. He slowly turned her arm in the opposite direction. With his other hand, he struck her face with several straight punches, then grabbed his hair and yanked roughly her head back. And with a sharp thrust, he drove the shard under her head. Sharp shards of glass easily pierced the skin, ending up in his mouth. Erica didn't even have time to realize it. Death was instantaneous. That was the end of her story. I didn't get much sleep. I was awakened by a loud shouting throughout the camp. Samantha's missing. What's going on? I climbed out of the tent and immediately noticed Elizabeth, who was animatedly discussing something with the other counselors. When she noticed me, she took a quick step towards me. Max, what's going on? Officer, what's going on here? I'm afraid it's no good. Come on, we're all going back now. What? Why? I thought we were supposed to spend another day here. Didn't expect this killer to be so brazen. Erica was murdered. That freak is still out there somewhere. So we need to get everyone together and leave right away. What? Erica's dead? How? When? Recently. The guys heard her scream and found her slaughtered in an ugly way on the beach. What a nightmare. Alright, go get ready to escape. I'm about to make an announcement for everyone. Leon Samantha showed up. Max, are you okay? They say Erica's been killed. Elizabeth's got everyone on edge. No matter what anyone says about her, I feel sorry for the girl. How awful. It turns out the killer is one of us, and he's still in the camp. Oh, I have a bad feeling. I went out at night, and when I came back, you were gone. I'm not fully awake yet, but the situation is dire. Have you seen anything unusual around here? No, I was in my tent when I heard the screams. They're actually far away, somewhere by the sea. Likewise, I just got back from a walk. Alright, here's the deal. I didn't think you had the nerve to do that right here. I'm talking to you, one of you. To the one who hides under the mask of this psychopath and ruthlessly kills his own classmates while hiding in the night. Stop talking. One of you is the Sunlight City University killer, and I'll be damned if I don't close this case. Now, one at a time, everyone. Let's see your bags and backpacks. You couldn't just sneak us suited. And no tricks. I'm watching everyone. The guys turned, showing the contents of their backpacks and bags. They whispered in fear, discussing the murder. I don't know if you can see it or not. My lights are flashing. Bit concerning. Expectedly, nothing suspicious was found in the personal belongings of the other students. Alright, this trip is over. We're going home now. All of you will be put on the list by me and will be under strict supervision. That genius can't run forever. Pack up and get on the bus. In the same seats where you're sitting so I can see you. Aw, I got no one to sit next to. We boarded the bus in a hurry. I took one last look around our camping spot where I had spent so little time. Okay. So let's save here. And then we've got one more thing to do. So let's load here. We have to go off with Erica and see what happens. After listening to everyone, I decided to take a walk by myself around the neighborhood first. I walked leisurely towards the beach. Soon I crossed the field and found myself on the shore. Leon had already picked up a volleyball and was playing with some strange guys in the sand. I walked further along the curved shore, relaxing to the sound of the rolling waves. The beach itself was separated by hills from the clearing where we had originally come. What if there's multiple killers? You know, I hadn't considered that before. Hello. As I turned the corner, I noticed a girl in a black bathing suit. She was standing by the water, and I bent down to touch the water. Hey, it's Erica. Not immediately I was able to tear myself away from this view and pay attention to the girl's hair and her tattoo. Now, I don't even know if I should indicate myself or just walk away. For a while, I stood my ground and stared at the girl. Then decorum took over, and I coughed. Erica straightened up and turned around worriedly. Ah, Max, it's you. Gradually, her consternation began to be replaced by anger. How long are you gonna stare at me, you pervert? Hey, I just got here. I didn't realize you'd already gotten naked. How was it? Did you enjoy the show? Oh, come on. I was just walking along the beach to get my thoughts together. Isn't that why we're here? Speak for yourself. Ah, Doc! What are you doing here alone? If you want, you can keep me company. Just a little more and I'll completely stop realizing where you're spewing sarcasm and where you're not. I hope you're getting it now. Well, why not? Is the water even warm? It's fine. You'll get used to it. And I see no reason not to take you up on your offer. Well, if that's the case, then why the hell are you still dressed? Do you have to take my clothes off right here? And where did you do it already? You need a skill. In fact, yeah, you can take your clothes off right here. We're the only ones here. Haha, funny. Erica had already waded deeper into the water and splashed it in my direction, scooping it up with her hand. A big stain formed on my shirt and shorts. Hey, what are you doing? It's cold and wet. You think longer, you'll get more. Take off your clothes and come to me. I'm not taking off my clothes in front of you. Nerd. Alright, let's do a challenge. She had already gone into the water deep enough and only one head was sticking out. What a challenge. I'll give you time to change. I'm going to dive underwater and hold my breath as long as I can. Then when I come back up, you'll have to change your clothes. Oh, that's a dangerous challenge. But alright, I'm willing to take my chances. Just be warned, my lungs are not the best. I might not have said that, although it's better now than after. Anyway, try to hold out a little longer. On your mark, attention, boom. Erica plunged into the water and was completely hidden beneath its surface. Hurry up! I threw my backpack on the sand and quickly pulled my swim trunks out of it, flipping half the contents over. Shit, hurry up! I'd be ashamed if Erica surfaced and saw me naked. I looked around in a panic and no one was around. I quickly pulled off my t-shirt and shorts. In my haste, I tangled myself in my shorts and fell on my ass in the sand. Holy shit! I got up and got rid of my shorts and underwear, quickly grabbed my swim trunks and pulled them on. Woo! I made it. Suck it up, Erica, with your challenge. I exulted like a child, turning to the water. Erica? Erica, you can pop up. I'm done. I've changed. But she didn't surface. Clear water, but she said she was short of breath. Maybe she was swept away by the current? Nah, it's crazy. No one was swimming near it. I couldn't have blown that hard. Erica! I called out again. There was no silence in return. I rushed into the water, to the spot where I'd last seen her. Did she try to hold on longer and get a little water? Where are you? There was no sign of her at that spot. I was hysterical, calling out for her and searching all of the nearest places underwater. The water was cool, but I was burning inside. She couldn't have drowned, could she? Because of me? And something wet grabbed me from behind. It grabbed me with a deadly grip. I almost went under, dumbfounded. Their arms and legs. Then I hear muffled laughter behind me. Erica, what the fuck? That's not funny! She didn't hold back and laughed out loud, her laughter shimmering. We were the only ones out here, thankfully. I felt like an idiot. You idiot! Let me go! I frantically pulled out of her grip, but she wouldn't let go so easily. When I was finally free, I got a huge wave of water on my head from her. Ugh, what are you doing? You can't do this to people. What if I have a heart attack? I'm sorry. I know. But it's very funny. It was the perfect opportunity, and it was a sin not to take it. I've been swimming since I was a kid. I'm sorry, but I couldn't just help play a prank on you here. My lungs are not the best. Better hurry up. I mocked her in a girlish voice. Oh, sorry. My lungs are not the best. Better hurry up. I mocked her in a girlish voice. That's not what I said. Hey, see? You're warm at least. That's it. You're done. I swung around and gave her a big wave. She splashed back at me, and a water fight ensued, and she was good at it, constantly moving around, attacking from different angles, and though I tried to respond fiercely, the battle was not for me. Then I dove under the water, made a sharp jerk to her, grabbed her legs, and pulled her under the water. That was something she didn't expect. When she came to the surface, I immediately tackled her from behind, and a new scuffle had ensued. She was lashing out, trying to kick me with her legs. I have to say, for a girl, she's got a tremendous amount of strength in her, but I still managed to throw her in the water. Boom! But then she immediately jumped out of the water and pounced on me, trying to knock me over. We wrestled, laughed, splashed water until our strength finally ran out. We took a break and just smiled stupidly as we swam side by side. I have to admit, it was fun. This is awesome. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. You're pretty good too. Not on my level, of course, but I've got a lot to learn, but I've got the skills. Oh, don't be modest. You like to swim too? You could say that. I've been swimming since I was a kid, but when I lived in LA, I didn't get to do it very often. I thought I'd lost my skills. I'm like out of focus. But I don't want to try to go refocus myself, so we'll see what happens, I guess. And the camera fixes itself. You can't lost it, by the way. I'll give you a chance to get even. Oh, to get even? You mean I lost, huh? Okay, what do you suggest? Look, there's something sticking out of the water over there in the distance. Some kind of lock or something. Let's race to it. First one to the top. Pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Aren't you afraid? If you're afraid of losing, just say so. No problem, let's go. Only this time on my command. Whatever you say. We lined up at the starting lane and got ready to swim. On your mark, attention, march! We started at the same time. I was just now realizing how much energy I'd spent before. But still managed to gain a decent speed and was keeping pace with Erica. My lungs were slowly starting to burn, and that the goal felt like it wasn't coming after all, but the competitive spirit didn't let me give up or slow down. Can't lose to a girl. And there were only meters left. She sped up and took the lead. Gathering the least of my strength in my fist, I also rushed forward at the last seconds I managed to overtake her. I was the first to touch the destination. First! That's it, baby! Suck it! Oh shit! Fuck it. It's a fair win. Just don't get too cocky. It's your favorite thing to do. Phew. I almost died. Likewise, we still have to what did I say? I'm going too fast. And we still have a way to get back. We tried to catch our breath, holding on to a large log that inexplicably ended up here. What time do you think it is now? I don't know, it feels like it's been a while. But look, the sun is so low. That's what I'm saying. Let's swim back then. Let's go, because I'd rather not be out here in the dark. We swam back, but at a slower pace, in a breaststroke. Hey, where did we come from? Well, from there. I don't know where else. My eyes surveyed the beach to where we were swimming in a straight line. Then, where's our stuff? The stuff really wasn't on the shore. I don't know, maybe it got swept away by the current, or maybe someone's playing a prank. You're not the only one who likes pranks. That's a bit much. Shit, I'm gonna fucking kill them! The whole shore was almost the same. There was a hill in front of it, which separated us from the main camp, from whence we had come. So nothing but sandy shoreline was visible. Well, maybe we just can't see it. It's small, and we're far away, and it's getting dark. Erica was silent. How could time pass so quickly? We've been here for hours. The guys must have lost us by now. Finally, we swam ashore. No, we didn't come in here. And then panic slowly began to overwhelm me. Our things were gone, and we had gone in really somewhere else. If this is just another of one of your pranks. Are you kidding me? It's not a joke. It was clear from her tone that this time she was just as worried as I was. All right, then, don't panic. Let's just walk along the beach. We can't have swum that far. We'll go one way and then the other, and we'll definitely find our stuff. There's nothing else to do. Okay, let's go. We staggered across the beach, across the sand to the left. The wind is blowing us around, though not as hard because of the hill. Erica was shivering slightly. And what if we don't find it? Yeah, of course we will. If no one took it, it should be right where we left. What if they did? What if it's the fucking killer? And now we're walking right into his trap? Relax, there's two of us, and we can run away if we need to. I'm sure you're as fast on land as you are in the water. I was more trying to reassure myself than Erica, because I was having exactly the same thoughts. But if I give in to them, I'll just willow in my fears and never get out of them. There, look, there's someone's backpack. There, up ahead. No way, we ran closer. It's a rock. A big black rock. Damn it. Alright, let's keep looking. Wait a minute, though. Over there, farther away. Look, it's our stuff. Indeed, a little farther away. Our leftover... This is really funny. Look, there's our stuff. Oh, wait, that's just a rock. Oh, but look, there's our stuff. Yes, indeed, a little further away, our leftover backpacks and belongings were floating in the sand. Yay, we found it. Did we leave them here? How can there be such a current in the sea? I don't remember. I was in just as much of a hurry as you because of your antics, but it's definitely our stuff. I can see that. Well, it's all behind us now. I can't wait to get into dry clothes. That's for sure. Listen, let's just change here real quick. It's getting dark. I don't want to go out in the woods alone. Yeah, I'm all for it. Just don't peek until I tell you. Don't turn around. Don't peek yourself. We got our stuff out of our backpacks. I turned and started to change. After a couple minutes, Erica called out to me. I'm done. You can turn around. She changed into dry clothes and slung her backpack over her back. We didn't get like an art of her at all. That's kind of sad. I really wanted to get like a nice like swimsuit art of her. Tragic. So we're going back? Yeah, it's about time. It's dark. We climbed the hill and walked in the direction that we came. Where are we going to spend the night? In tents? Yeah, it looks like it. But you can do it right on the ground if you feel like it. Never been on a camping trip like this. Likewise. I thought you used to go out and hang out a lot. You said you've been swimming since you were a kid. It was a city beach. Very different. I haven't traveled that far. Hey, where's our camp? We're taking a long time, don't you think? Maybe. I remember reaching you quickly when I was just walking along the beach. Shit, are we even sure we're going this way? Yeah. Look, I came out at you from this side. This is where we need to be. Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're right. Let's move on. We walked in silence for a while. It was already dark, and the sun was hidden behind the water. Something's wrong here. She was right. We couldn't have gone that far. Afraid of the dark? Not really. More afraid when we're gonna get fucking lost and we don't know how to get out. I see. What about you? Not scared at all? Of course I'm scared. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's lost. Knowing that we're together and you're just as scared as I am gives you confidence. Asshole. Honest asshole. I feel like I'm going to sleep deadly well tonight. That's for sure. Time has flown by, but I'm so tired. But look, you're probably right. We should be here a long time ago. Don't tell me we're lost. She stopped and looked at me intently. I pulled out my phone and looked at it hopefully. Of course, there was no signal. Let's go around this hill. Maybe we're actually somewhere close. It all looks the same from here. If we get lost, I'll strangle you with my own hands. We went around the hill and found ourselves in the middle of the forest. There was a glimmer of light in the distance, and we went to it. But it turned out to be nothing more than a play of light from a crescent moon hanging in the sky. No, we're not lost. Just exploring the area. Oh, that's not encouraging at all. Well, at least all we can do is keep going. Sooner or later, we'll get somewhere. Yeah, it's our only option right now. Let's move forward. We walked on, picking our way through the sparsely standing trees. After a while, we emerged from the forest into a large open clearing. It was enclosed on all sides by a thicket of forest, and a large hill blocked it from the sea. We stopped here. Erica was very tired. You know, I'm tired as hell, and hungry. Me too, but we have to go, otherwise we're not getting out. Did you bring any food with you? No, I didn't think of that. The organizers must have some kind of food. Look, I've got sausages, but they're cold. We could build a fire and roast them. I got a lighter too. We'll eat, and someone might see us because of the fire. They're probably looking for us and can't find us. A bonfire? I like the idea, actually, as long as we don't burn the place down. All right, let's take a smoke break. We need some dry twigs and some logs. Wait, you have cold sausage? You've had that all day. You've had those on you all day? Like in your backpack? I don't know if I want them. We need more dry twigs and some logs to keep it burning for a long time. I thought you said you didn't go camping. I didn't go. I've seen it on TV and the internet. Oh, well, that's all right then. You've calmed me down. Just don't go too far away. We split up and searched and started dragging various twigs, sticks, and logs of different sizes to the center of the clearing. I was really hungry. Good thing she had sausages to spare. There were plenty of dry twigs and large logs. Soon we had built a pretty good wooden structure on the sand. Then I lit the base with a lighter and started blowing it up. I wanted to give the lighter back to Erica, but she offered to keep it as a souvenir. The fire started fairly quickly, surprisingly easily. We sat down right on a big log she'd brought from somewhere. Erica pulled sausages out of her backpack. We threaded them onto thin twigs and carefully brought them into the flames. But mine couldn't hold on and slid to the ground. Erica's nerves got the best of her, and she burst out, "What are you, some kind of asshole? You're ruining the food with your crooked hands." My nerves were also on edge. I couldn't take this attitude any longer. Hey, not everyone here was born a Boy Scout, okay? That's one less for me. Fuck you. You're the only reason we're lost here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to go to all this trouble. You know what, Erica? Fuck you. If you don't want to admit your mistakes, then don't take it out on others. Fucking asshole. Narcissistic idiot. Goddamn douchebag. Stupid bitch. I hate you. Everybody hates you. We came up close, shouting insults in each other's faces, eyes blazing. And suddenly, Erica pounced on me, covering my mouth in a heated kiss. I wrapped my arms around her hair and pulled her against me, answering her kiss and intertwining our tongues. Without realizing it, I plopped her down on the bedspread next to mine, settling on top of her and continuing to squeeze her in my arms. When we paused, a disheveled Erica looked up at me, licking her lips. Let's just forget about it. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that's what I figured. I don't know what came over me. Don't say a word about this to anyone, understand? And get off me, you're piling it on. I will if you promise to behave today. Are you completely stupid? She tried to bite my nose, but didn't reach. I pinned her hands to the ground, keeping her up. We wrestled jokingly, though it might not have looked that way from the outside. Promise or not? Arg, to hell with you. I promise to behave. For today. I let her go and she jumped to her feet and shook it off, then showed me her tongue. And today is just about to end. Do you think it's still midnight? I don't think so. Let's eat already, or I'm going to starve to death. And we sat down by the fire and started frying sausages as if nothing happened. Big bonfire. Ugh, it's warm. We're good. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I don't know what I'd do if I was alone right now. Probably would have swum in half an hour and would have been sitting at camp a long time ago. Feet. How boring. The sausages were already crispy. I tasted mine. Delicious! Erica followed suit. This is just the food of the gods. It's really good. So I'm a goddess, haha. This is delicious. It really is. Or I'm so hungry. I'm glad you liked it. You know, when we first met, I never imagined that someday we'd be sitting together in the night roasting sausages by the fire in the middle of the woods. See, looks can be deceiving. I knew you were a good guy from the start. You just needed a little stress test. Stress test? Is that what it's called? Haha, tell me you got drunk on purpose so we could get close. Who knows? I don't understand anything anymore. Since I came to Sunlight City, life has just been turned upside down. Before you arrived, by the way, nothing happened in our town. Not at all. That's part of why I became a rebel. I was just bored out of my mind. But now, I guess everyday life has its charms. You showed me that. If I had known sausages had that effect on you, I would have bought a bag of them. Oh, please. Better tell me, why is that killer so pissed off at you? I wish I knew. He calls me sometimes and leaves ominous messages. Must be someone from the past who is now in my neighborhood. But you didn't have any enemies. Of course not. I didn't have much contact with anyone there. There were a couple of acquaintances, but they had nothing to do with it. We had a normal relationship. I'm not really into thrillers, of course. You have this Slayer of yours more on than that side of things. But in them, usually in canon, the deranged maniac turns out to be someone you trust the most. That's what scares me. But why? Why? I've only known everyone for a short time, and even less with me. And look, we sit at night by the fire, eating sausages and talking. Yeah, you're right. Anything can happen in this modern world. You know, Max, the worst shit happens to those who least deserve it. Damn, Erica. I don't even know what to say. I never really thought about it. You're a good guy. Promise me something. What's that? She moved close to me and looked me in the eyes. No matter how the story ends, you'll survive. No matter what, and you'll find out who's behind it. Oh. Okay, I promise. Unexpectedly, I moved closer to her myself and lowered my voice. You're not a killer, are you? Erica also lowered her voice to a whisper, with half a smile on her face. You can be absolutely sure of that. I'm bad, but not bad enough to kill someone. And you promise me that you'll do whatever it takes to survive? You have to survive. I'll do anything for it, I promise. I bent down to her face and kissed her. It wasn't a surprise. Our eyes had made up our minds a long time ago. All we had to do was start. She kissed me back, wrapping her arms around my neck and laying me down on the bedspread. She laid down on top of me without breaking the kiss. I wrapped my arms around her and pulled her to me by the neck. She pressed her massive breasts against me. She took my hand and put them on her breasts. She was very pleasant to the touch, even through her clothes. We continued kissing, and then I leaned on her side. I leaned her on her side, and we just lay there, facing each other, smiling. What are we doing? We're warming up. What's the big deal? It's cold. Right, warming up. We laughed like kids. You know, I don't want to go anywhere now. I'm exhausted, and we're full, and it's so warm. I'm not getting up anymore. I've never been more comfortable in this. Why don't we just sleep here? Aren't we freezing? Now, the fire still has a long time to burn, and we'll keep each other warm. I like the plan. She turned her back to me and tucked her legs under her. I moved in close and pressed myself up against her, wrapping my arm around her front. She covered my hand with hers. I've never felt so good before. Just a perfect evening. Who would have thought, lying in an embrace under the starry sky with a girl I couldn't stand until recently. Good night, Erica. Good night, Max. Not a minute later, I fell into a deep and silent sleep. Samantha was just getting ready for bed in her tent. The day flew by quickly, and the sleeping bags were very comfortable. Everyone had been asleep for a long time. She was a little scared, though, alone in a tent at night in the woods. Even though there was a camp of classmates nearby, but on a subconscious level, fear still seeped through the cracks. She didn't really talk to them until Max came along, and she got a little closer to Leon and Sarah, and she thought she heard someone walking near her. I wondered who could be walking at this hour. The footsteps were somewhere nearby, very close to her tent. Samantha's curiosity was piqued, and she finally decided to take a peek to see who was awake. She unzipped the door and peered out. At first she couldn't make out anything. Then a bright object glittered in the darkness, reflecting off the moon. It was a knife! Her eyes drew out a man in a black suit. It took her breath away. She rustled in the tent, trying to crawl inside. He turned to her in her direction. Samantha instantly hid inside and zipped herself in. It was him. Black suit, knife, that's how Max described him. The killer's here. Did he see her? Samantha listened. Everything seemed to be quiet. Oh, shit. Only the wind swayed the trees, and owls were hooting somewhere. The girl breathed a sigh of relief. We should let the others know as soon as possible. She reached into her backpack, pulling out her phone. Okay, we got a network. She dialed Elizabeth's number. Before she could press call, the knife cut through her tent top, making a slit and exposing the sky. Samantha screamed as hard as she could and tried to get up and run away, but she got tangled up and tripped, falling to the ground. She tried to get up as fast as she could, but the killer was already behind her. He took her by the shoulder, turned her around, and plunged the knife into her stomach. Samantha squeaked softly. She didn't even realize what happened. The life was leaving her young body. The killer swiped the knife, ripping open her stomach. It was all over for Samantha. I woke up in the middle of the night to a gust of wind. Alone, I didn't realize where I was right away, but I remembered right away. Erica was gone, and the fire was dying. Maybe I was dreaming the whole thing. No, I vividly remembered the events of last night, our adventure, and how we got lost. Then where did Erica go? I saw a glow in the distance. Could that be her? Could she have somehow contacted the camp and called for help? I threw on my backpack and walked towards the glow. It was further away than I thought, somewhere in the thick of the forest behind the trees. When I almost reached him, the light suddenly disappeared. Who's playing with me? What the hell? Was I dreaming? But I knew it wasn't. Then a branch creaked beside me. We saw them. And we blast them. Damn, Erica, you have no idea how happy I am to see you. But what are you doing here? I woke up and you weren't there. You scared me after death last night. Whoa, whoa, don't panic. I heard a scream and it woke me up. It was far away, but very loud. I think Samantha was screaming. I thought the campground was that way, so I went to check it out since you were still asleep. And I heard your footsteps and I came out to meet you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is there blood on your shoulder? What happened to your leg? What happened to you? The killer, he's here. He found me. He came at me with a knife. I was lucky I had my taser with me. I knocked him out. But for how long? I only had to leave my backpack there. It wasn't worth it. Holy shit. Now let's get to the camp. You need to get to the hospital. I've memorized the direction. We should reach it soon. You said you heard Samantha screaming? That's what I thought. And how long ago was that? About half an hour ago. I didn't time it. Damn, I hope nothing serious happened. We went to the direction she was pointing. It hurt like hell, but we got there. I noticed something on the grass at the entrance to the campground. A motionless body, a lifeless body. It was lying on its back. Her entire abdomen was ripped open. Her eyes were glazed, expressing the silent horror of what she had seen before she died. Fresh blood was still gushing from her torn cut. Pink hair. Oh no, we're too late. We're too late. It's Samantha. Erica froze beside me, also shocked by the sight. No, no, no. It's impossible. I pounded my fist on the wood with impotent anger. I can't believe it. What a beast. Why would anyone do something like that? We need to wake everyone up right away. He could still be here. That won't be necessary. Look, everyone's here. The whole camp was abuzz. I guess Samantha's death didn't go unnoticed. Oh, I guess this is different. I thought it wasn't, but I guess it is. Oh no, so he got to you too. Shit, you're gonna have to get to the hospital right away. But actually, we're all heading back right now. We saw Samantha. She's dead. Okay, so you've already seen everything. Yes, I'm sorry to hear that. But she was killed right here in the camp. Fucking asshole. I should have killed him when I had the chance. Don't blame yourself. You're not a killer. You did the best you could. Now let's get you to the hospital right away. I'm not gonna argue. Okay, you can go pack. I'm about to make an announcement for everyone. Should we stand with them too? Okay, here's the deal. I didn't think you had the nerve to do it right here. I'm talking to you and one of you. One of yous. Now you show me. No. No? Come on, now show me now. The rules are the same for everyone. I'm not going to show you anything. Don't make me use force. This is no time for jokes. Okay, look. Isn't there... She pulled a bottle of tequila out. What the hell is this? I didn't mean to. I didn't even open it. You're kidding me now, right? Alcohol is strictly forbidden for you. What if you get drunk in the woods and got lost? Are you a complete idiot? Hey, officer, take it easy. She's already sorry. She hasn't touched her liquor. And she doesn't have what really needs to be to find right now. A killer costume. Damn you, take your bottle. Thanks. Erica whispered as the policewoman stepped away from us. Expectedly, nothing suspicious was found. We're going home. Alright, so let's save here. And then let's go back. Let's load since we've seen everything now. Let's load the one where the officer died. Leon, Samantha, and Erica showed up in the general crowd as well. Hey, what's going on? I'm just wondering. In the middle of the night, there was screaming, yelling, nothing clear. Oh, I have a bad feeling. Where did you disappear to? We lost you. Yeah, we had a little adventure in the woods. Yeah, that's right. I was attacked by the killer himself, but I was able to taser him. Wait, are you serious? Did you see who it was? Unfortunately, no. There was no way I could get the mask off him, and I just ran away. The most important thing is that you're alive. Erica came forward, hesitating but still daring to say something. Hey guys, this is really creepy what's going on. I know we haven't gotten along in the past, but murders are a real mess. I wanted to end it too, so if you want to deal with this psychopath, I'm on your side. Well, in that case, welcome to the family. It's a shame under these circumstances. Erica extended her hand to me in a gesture of reconciliation, and I shook it. If you don't pull any more tricks on us, you're welcome. God, this is all so awful. We need to stick together now more than ever, so it's good to have you with us. She nodded toward Erica. At that moment, the counselors returned with a look of horror on their faces. They quickly put us in a line. Okay, emergency announcement. Now everybody gather the things and get on the bus. We are leaving. It's an emergency. Officer Reynolds, she's dead. So don't slow down. The killer may still be out there. Oh shit, my fears were confirmed. He was attacked almost in the middle of the camp. The killer is getting more and more brazen. People panicked and threw their belongings away, eager to leave the scene of the most recent murder. We boarded the bus in a hurry. I took one last look around our camping spot where I had spent so little time. Who knows if I could have somehow saved our officer of the law, but we'll never know now. All the way we rode in silence. Most of the students were asleep, having not slept half the night before. Others were whispering mysteriously, discussing another murder. Even if Officer Reynolds, who stopped the judge earlier, couldn't protect us, who can? I can't lose anyone else. Sarah was silent, looking out the window. It didn't bother her, and I drove in a half slumber, immersed in gloomy thoughts. There were no further incidents. Hello again, young man. That's right, you! I have a reason to see you again. I opened my eyes. Standing over me with a smile was Nurse Scarlet, wearing a white and red smock and the now familiar crimson hair. Oh, what happened? How did I get here? Your friends delivered you. You passed out on the way. I was told you were attacked by the killer himself, but you survived. It's a miracle. Yeah, it's a miracle called a taser. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive, but I'll have to check on your wounds, see if they're infected. Thank you for helping me, but they're just scratches. I just need to rest and they'll go away. What, do you have a medical degree too? I didn't know that. Lie back and rest. I'm told you're not allowed out of the house without a police escort. Apparently this serial killer case is very serious. Yes, he did. He killed one of my friends again. Oh, poor boy. I'm sure he'll be caught soon enough. He sure can't get you here. How long do I have to lie here? A few days, for prevention. Seriously? This is boring as hell. Please? What if I brought you your phone and tell you the Wi-Fi password? Well, if you put it that way, I might stay for a while. The nurse winked at me and left the room. What a nice woman. I wish there were more like her in Sunlight City. It's only the second time we've seen each other, but I wish we could get to know her better. New dating option, maybe. How are you doing, fighter? Oh, I need to reconnoiter myself in my chair. Okay. I had to watch the replay of me connoitering myself in my chair to make sure nothing showed that shouldn't. It's better now. My leg is achy, is a little achy, and itches like hell. I got it, so it's healing. But if you want, I'll give you a shot of medicine to take the pain away. Yes, please. The nurse filled a syringe and injected it into my shoulder. Here we go. It'll be better now. Do you have any other patients, or is it just me? My question made her giggle for some reason. It's just you at the moment. We don't have a busy hospital at all, and I haven't been here that long. May I ask you a personal question? You're curious. What's the question? It's a day off, and you're sitting here with me. I'm grateful, of course, but wouldn't you rather spend the day at home with your family or friends? Well, to tell you the truth, I don't have the best relationship with my family right now, and the only friends I have are my coworkers. So for me, spending time here in the hospital in a way, is the best day off. Sounds sad. Your life is sad, lady. Come on, do I look sad? You had it a lot worse. Hopefully you'll put an end to this soon and the killer will be caught. I hope so too myself. But every lead I get is cut off and that someone dies, no matter how hard I try. In this world, not everything depends on us. Sometimes, to find a solution, you have to stop looking. I hadn't even thought of it that way. Thanks, Scarlet. So, I guess, let me think. So, we had the option to get a map, which probably would have helped us get back with Erica there. Which would mean that no one was out. Well, I guess, there still could have been, a murder, though, in the camp. Because, if we got back and just, went to lay with Erica or something like that in her room, in her tent. Yeah, I guess, that wouldn't have really changed anything. I don't know what the walkie-talkie would have been for. Maybe for, when we went out with Sarah, so we could find our way, so she could, radio to us and we could went from ahead of us? I don't know. I don't know what the walkie-talkie would have been good for. Whatever. You're welcome. Okay, I'm off to lunch. Don't mess around. A couple of days flew by. I sat on the phone talking to the guys. Thanked them for getting me to the hospital. Scarlett had said, everyone was under close supervision now, a kind of lockdown, so their situation wasn't much better than mine. Maybe they wrote it that way so as not to upset me. In any case, my leg has already healed and there were no complications. Scarlett visited me often, sometimes even making me tea. That's it, fighter. As expected, all is well. You're ready to get back to life. Yeah, judging by what my friends are writing, I'm gonna move from one cage to another. Well, if you want, you can stay here. We'll set up a room for you. Haha, no, I'd rather be home. And I see no reason to keep you here any longer. Thank you so much for your help. Really, you always help out. We should stop seeing each other under these circumstances. I wish you'd finally catch this freak. You always know my number. Bye, Max. Good luck. Thank you, Scarlett. Have a good day. It's been a few days. To be honest, I lost count. The counselors gave all the names to the police department, and we were now under total control. Every time you left the house, you were caught in the glare of a nearby patrol car. It's not a pleasant feeling, really. Even a healthy person would be paranoid. The university is still closed. It's a total lockdown. The only outlet for us was the internet. We became friends with Erica and added her to our chat. Friends in misery. Sometimes we'd watch movies online together, and even played online games. How's it going? The same? Alas, it's like we're in some kind of quarantine. As much as I love staying home, this is a bit much. I don't even feel comfortable. I feel like a guinea pig. Can't even go to the store in peace. Too bad the killer wasn't a salesman. I want to die. Well, do they seriously think that this is going to help in any way? We can't even go out anymore. I always wanted to take a break from studying, but now I just don't know what to do. Most importantly, it's unclear what to do next. I guess we'll just have to wait for them to do their investigation. I mean, this could go on for months, right? As much as I hated university, I honestly missed it. Although such unscheduled vacations have their perks. By the way, I wanted to bring you some important news since you're all here today. What's the news? Tomorrow is my birthday! Wow, happy upcoming. That's great. That's great news. Happy coming. You gonna celebrate at home? Wow, I remember you talking about that. I'd forgotten all about it. That's awesome. That's the thing. I wanted to throw a little party at my house just for us. We can have a movie marathon with popcorn. I have a home theater. Sounds too good to be true. But if you think our friends the wardens will let us in? I sure hope so. We could ask them to keep an eye on the house. I'm so excited to celebrate their birthday. I doubt they'll let us go that easy. What about your parents? Do they mind? Nah, I live alone. I have the whole house to myself. Party? Cool. You know how I feel about it. I'm invited, right? I don't mind either. And they got a private message from Leon. Max, read it, but don't tell anyone about it. The party, the birthday, it's all true. But it could also be a way of checking, in case any of the girls are involved. You know, it's better to be safe. Roger that, that's a good idea. Switch to general chat. Okay, then it's settled. All that's left is to sneak out like a ninja. Yeah, I'll text you the address in time. Forget about the presents. I don't need anything. The main thing is that you get there. Erica, you can come too. I wouldn't miss it for anything. I'd come even uninvited. So Leon's plan is, at worst, to figure out which one of us is the killer, or at best, just hang out together. Well, that's all well and good in theory, but in practice, when has our plan ever gone smoothly? Ever since I arrived in Sunlight City, everything's gone wrong. The next day, before I could even wake up, I got a call from Sarah. Hello, Max. Awake? Not anymore, apparently. That's good. I was wondering if you'd like to come over for a little visit. I want to spend time with you before we go to Leon's. I don't mind, but will our wardens let me go? What's the big deal? They're against parties, and this is just a friendly visit. That's what you tell them. I can try. Then I'll be at your place soon, if it works out. And it worked out just fine. I told the patrolman outside the house I was going to visit a friend, and he let me go, giving me a suspicious look. And soon I was already at my friend's familiar apartment. Is this... Wow, this is just like... This must be because I went with Sarah. But then if I choose... But then if I choose the other two, if I choose Erica or if I choose... If I choose Erica, then Samantha dies. And if I choose Samantha, then Erica dies. There's no winning there. Huh. Well, we're gonna make a save right now. Just make a new save. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna save here. I'm tired. I gotta work tomorrow still. Happy Halloween. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my little costume. If this is something people enjoy, seeing, like, you know, me streaming with like the VTuber model and also in like costume, I'm happy to do that more too. I'm a cosplayer, so I have lots of things I like to wear. I like to wear fun outfits in general. So the main reason I went with VTubing, honestly, is because I don't like to have to be presentable every single time I stream, but I don't mind doing something like this every so often. So, and I have plans to do more stuff like this regardless of whether or not people want me to. So if it's something you like or you want to see more of, you know, let me know. I have a Discord. You can tell me there. I'd love to hear feedback from people. And happy Halloween. I hope you all had a great night. I say you all, but there was almost no viewers here today, which is probably a good thing because that means that you're all out partying, having a good time. I had a good time, though. I'm glad to have played this. I was hoping to finish it, honestly, but it seems like there's still plenty more to go. So, next time, sometime in the future, we will finish this. But, yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for coming. I didn't even get to show off. I have, like, these really cool, like, shoes, too. Like, I went all out on this. Okay, no, that's done. Thanks for joining. Have a good rest of your evening, morning, night, whatever time it is for you. When you go to bed, get good sleep. And have a spooky evening. I already saved. Goodbye.